Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Titan series. We're back in Talent League. It's going to be pretty exciting if you ask me. And today we'll be looking at the game 2 of the winner bracket. Quite exciting, isn't it? It's getting pretty hyped up. And of course, the winner of today's match, let's say it's going to be Machine Soldiers, let's say like that, is going to be going up against Praetorian, and the loser playing against Mad 5 in the loser bracket. So, there's still a second chance in the back of the mind, but, winning is just a better option. Now, before we hop into the match, I'll be being joined by our lovely producer and observer, Trippin, and of course, I'm going to be, for now, maybe for the whole game, or maybe not, I'll be solo casting you, and if all the players are ready and ready to go, we should be going into the game. But yeah, of course, with that in mind, the maps we'll be seeing today are going to be, first map is going to be Oregon, second map is going to be Chalet, and then it's going to be Theme Park. BO3, pretty casual, and of course, with those maps, two of them are kind of standard, okay? Oregon, Chalet, at least standard for me. I've casted them actually quite a lot, Chalet has been really being brought up. So let's actually talk about Oregon. First map, not too bad, pretty casual. The most picked, I would say, besides, Villa, Clubhouse, just the default trio. So as the bands go, I feel like it's going to be just dynamic duo of Thatcher, Cade, everything you have in the middle. And then just to spread in some, I guess, some sprinkles, I want to have some unusual bands. I want to maybe get Finca out. But that's already probably off the board, as Maverick is going to be the first ban on the attacking side. Let's see what Machine Soldiers have in the back of their minds. And on defense, I'm either thinking it's going to be a Valkyrie, because I feel Valkyrie still very strong, still has a lot of potential, and maybe, just maybe, a Mira. Mira is still very strong, and let's see what Machine Soldiers will be getting rid of, and it's of course going to be the Thatcher. So, going for main breaches is going to be a bit more difficult. Of course, upstairs you can still go for verticals from all the way from class, all that type of stuff. But still, let's say you want to breach attic, you can still put in some verticality, but it still takes a lot more utility, a lot more time, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, breaching is going to be harder, but for Machine Soldiers, they're going to, have to find their way. And of course, joining Thatcher is going to be Cade. Of course, just the usual. If Thatcher's gone, you can expect Cade to not be played. It's just like a rule of siege. You know how men, or just males in general, have this rule. If there's 3 urinals, you have to be 1 urinal apart. It's like that type of rule. If Cade's getting removed, it's Thatcher. Vice versa. And with Maverick, of course, it's gonna be Valkyrie. Pretty strong operator. Not the best gun, but utility certainly brings her out there to the stadium. And of course, no, we're gonna be going downstairs. It's just pretty common. Most of the time we actually see upstairs or downstairs. It's rare to me, at least, that we go into maybe even, of course, first round into kitchen, dining, kitchen, meeting, whatever. But yeah, let's take a look at these loadouts while we, of course, still talk about what we're going to be going at. And of course, we have I feel like these are pretty good default loadouts. Okay, we don't see anything much special. We don't normally, sometimes we even see an Amaru, Tachanka, Ulrich, all that type of stuff, maybe switched out for smoke. But what's interesting right here? Okay, normally you hold elbow so with, smoke. Tachanka, like mentioned before, but this time they're not going any type of denial, so I'm assuming they're not going to be holding over to elbow. I feel like they're going to be doing a bit more of a freezer hold, anything like that. Now, with that in mind, a mute is still used for just rotation shotgun, same with a Rooney, some time wasted with the Malusi combos. Alibi, Alibi actually got brought out a lot. What I've been seeing in competitive, I guess a month ago, was Warden being in the meta. Not because there were, glances, yinks, smokes, but just because he had a shield, and just because, they needed that third operator, or like that fifth operator that they could fill in. So Warden was always the go-to pick, but they never picked Alibi, Ella, Tachanka, Echo, all that type of extra utility you can bring just by, missing out on Warden, I feel like is a lot more useful. So with that in mind, the attackers just seem to be going a bit more towards the freezer side. They're actually doing quite a pretty quick push, they're not taking their precious time. They're droning in, trying to take out anyone. And verticality, although it is quite included in the side of defenders, I'm wondering how Holden will go on as the first kill gets dropped by the Jaeger. That's going to be Denti getting, actually Dooney getting taken out. The Finka off the board. Quite a good shot. Quite a good kill as well. A very good pick for the Finka, but he's going to be getting refragged by Discount, stealing out of the match, and so is the Jaeger. And of course, Jaeger not being that important if you ask me. Jaeger put down his utility. He's still a good roamer, but of course a trade-off for Finka, who's amazing in the late round. He have the boost, the LMG, the flank potential is there. It's insane. Time wastage is not that huge though. They have a lot, and I mean a lot of, a lot of potential, but with that, it's going to be Billy yet again with another kill at the Discount, so it's refrag after refrag. It's a 3v4 situation, not too bad. Time is not wasted. They have second floor secure and the third floor as well, so yeah, I mean, the attackers are doing quite a good job at clearing out, while they did get taken out in the process, and they're still trying to find that second, third roamer. They're still trying to clear it out, and they seem to be stuck over at security. They're not making progress into meeting, into tower, all that type of stuff. And that's where you do want to take cover. Because flanks just become so common and so easy to take advantage of at that point. It's just absolutely insane. And with no Nomad or, even Gridlock in this situation, it's going to be kind of hard to handle. I mean, speak of the devil, it's going to be Alibi all the way into Bunk's side, and she's going to be playing vertical on the attackers, using the Buck's ability against himself. It's quite interesting to see. I mean, it's 45 seconds. They need to actually start hurrying up. But this Alibi, actually, the Rooney's going to be getting that kill out to Adrian. Billy getting downed instantly, a refrag. Another down onto the attacking. Actually, the defending side is going to be mute off the game. It's a 2v1 situation. Actually, a 3v1, but we're not going to count the mute as being down, trying to take him out. And will the Bearing 9 be able to finish them all off? She has 20 seconds. She finishes the mute, and Alibi is still not actually on the roam as much. She gets shot out, and that's going to be first round going to Maestria Esports. Quite well played. I mean, we're going with actually very good teams. Everything went down quickly, but not so quickly as we thought. It felt like everything was going down in mere seconds, not minutes. Of course, the attacking side got stuck on security. They didn't want to go for meeting laundry. They wanted to focus on a freezer push. Although it was decent, the Aruni, I feel like the Aruni was a great distraction right there. The Aruni picking out, actually killing someone, and then had two people focusing on her, meaning, her teammates could actually intervene and get a kill. And that's what happened. Of course, the mute did get down and finished, but at the end, it was still quite a very aggressive, but also well-timed play from Maestria. So, they got their first victory on the defense. Still, it's a defense-sided map, don't get me wrong, but they've been playing, of course, this has been included for so long that attacking isn't really that essential, that hard. Now, we're going to be moving on to meeting. I'm still going to stand by the point. I'm a personal meeting fan. Trippin, our co-caster, should be joining us any second right now. And hello, Squishy.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Well, just for, some background context, some Discord Discord, I guess, phenomenal was going in the background, and we got it fixed.
Oh,
So, Squishy,
yeah.
let's get you caught up. First round, Maestria got the round. It was quite well. It's Oregon, it's pretty basics. And while they did play pretty aggressively on the roam, they also wasted great time. And of course, at the end, that was their first victory. So let's actually get caught up on Oregon. What do you think about Oregon? All right. So, yeah, we may not get an answer like my dad, but of course, with that, let's actually see what's happening on the attacking side. I mean, Discount, they're going yet again into dining side. They're trying to take showers, trying to get all the advantages. A bit of a run out, actually, almost one might getting taken out. Wanted to barricade it, but didn't want to risk it, as the first kill is going to be picked up by Adrian onto a Steely Wheelie Automobile. Alibi out of the match. It's a 5v4 with still some while my HP is taken off. I mean, they're going big window. They're doing quite a split push, they're going from all sides, below, above, just side to side, left to right, from the back, penetrate, all that type of stuff. And of course, while though they need to take cover ground, and speaking of that, verticality is no more in the play, at least if you don't want to use grenades and, thermites charges for verticality, which is, I'm not a genius, but not the best idea. As Sledge is going to be getting taken out, a very essential operator to verticality in general. He's a very strong operator, has grenades, fragging potential, but with that, the verticality is just insane. Buck can outbest him only because of one thing. Because he can, play vertically from below. But Sledge from above, he can pretty much destroy the whole entire building if he decides to. Now, 4v4 situation, 1:05 on the clock, as of course Denny is going to be getting taken out. The SMG-11 in hand. Will he get in a second? Talking about a second, he actually does. The OSA is down. He finishes off with a shotgun, almost gets refragged, as another kill is transferred onto ADN. In the meanwhile, Smoke is out of the game. Some more damage is dropped. Of course, another kill from the MP5 onto the Thermite. He had no choice. Yana's just playing it a bit more safe. She's back in a 1v3 situation, just like with good old, of course, Yana. No, it wasn't Yana, it was Hibana in the earlier rounds. Nades are dropping. The HP isn't there as the nade. Kill actually gets it. She gets almost a second, but the teammate's shield actually prevents her, and she's going to be getting finished by the Malusi. What an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, it just really has to suck that your teammate's gadget probably prevented a pretty big clutch. I mean, that has to stink. But that's going to be the second round going to Maestria Esports, looking at quite a good potential demolition, I guess you could say. Of course, if they win one more round, they are not really losing profit in the match. Just think about it. If they win one more round, it's going to be 3 rounds, meaning they can only be tied in score before the roll swap. But if they get 4-2, 5-1, 6-0, they're looking at a quite fast match. Not only them, but also us. And of course, with that in hand, I believe Squishy is back. Hello, Squishy.
Yeah, this is really depressing for me. This is really depressing right now. Yeah,
Alright.
I am sorry. My whole Discord got hacked. Probably got some weird messages from me, and I think I've done my best. I've got rid of it. I don't think anything deep was on it, but I think enough about me. I mean, I kind of saw last round, but I couldn't really speak at all. I was watching, but I mean, it's Oregon. I've seen both these teams play, so nothing out of the ordinary. Pretty basic map. Me and 1B casted yesterday, where you did the second map as well. And yeah, hopefully we see some more energy that we got from Icox with the castle shotgun.
Ooh, true. That was an absolute vibe we had back there. But oh god, what a shot! A double kill from the defensive side. Buck and Lion are out of the match. I mean, yet again, Maestria Esports with a triple kill. It's looking to be flawless, but it's a 1v5 situation. Venoms is alone. The Hibana player is just going to have to play from the outside. Maybe, they could actually use this. I don't know all the rules because I'm not a nerd, but I don't know 100% of the rules of course, Talent League. But this Hibana could actually, take her time and use this as a tactical timeout. And she actually gets the first kill. I had taken off of the Go-Yo player. A second one off of the small tower window, on the bottom part at least. And, people are getting quite very cocky, you could say. I mean, this Hibana, if she gets a clutch out of this, I'm going to scream. I'm going to call the FBI because that's going to be way too much heat for me. And you know, while she still has a minute 50, she can still take the tactical timeout. The basic camera did actually quite give a lot of information out. Now, she has time, okay? She has a lot of time, but what do you think she can do here, Squishy?
I mean, it's definitely
Oh,
it's definitely not a winnable situation, but I think MSA they're not gonna troll that either way. I mean, she did have the opportunity. If she found one more, it's a 1v2 situation. Considering she had 1 minute 30 left to deal with or to use, she could have pulled something out of the bag. But I think MSA. I mean, I just came like back from this whole Discord scenario and absolutely destroyed and annihilated MS on their entry in small tower. And I think Hibana was just slamming the desk, getting angry at his teammates. But I think that's a good welcome back for me. Just all 4 members lined up, dead, all in one row. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, quite devastating. I mean, one time, imagine the eyes of Himana, actually the mind of Venom's right there. He was like, oh, it's a 5v5, what a great situation. 5 seconds later, he's alive. He's the only one alive. He's like the outcast right now. The defenders are pretty much hunting him down. You know how scary that has to be? So, you know, that was quite a scary situation for our Hibana player. We're going to be going back downstairs. Machine soldiers, you know, they had a bit of a problem with roamers here. I'll say it like that. And with that, you know, they did get stuck on security. They tried to use most of their, you know, utility powers on the side of security, freezer, all that type of stuff, but they didn't really get to meeting tower. And that kind of went down and, of course, got absolutely demolished. I mean, the dominoes fell down. Of course, Aruni absolutely distracting someone, getting a kill, and then, you know, allowing her teammates to even get some kills on the way there. So, you know, Maestria Esports are actually playing this extremely well. I feel like they're executing it perfectly, but they're playing extremely aggressive. I mean, at previous round, there was runouts, there was just shots after shots that were being fired, and not much we can do. So, yeah, we're going to have to see where this goes on from here.
Yeah, it's a good showing from MSA these first 3 rounds, and it's up to MS to stop the momentum, which obviously they're not going to stop. I mean, just look at the aggression coming out from Ethos there. He's confident in his gun, and all the members of Maestria just have their trust in the gun and have trust in their teammates. And seems like Machine Soldiers can't break that bond as they look towards probably a meeting vertical take. Going to try and use those Heartbreak Gatches in Venom's loadout currently. As you see, all 5 members based on T1 and T2 area, as the slow push from Meeting tries to push out Maestria Esports players who are roaming above. I mean, oh, what a double C4 there! Adrian Denny will fall B7 just get a free frag on Steely. And wait, he's got the bandit shotgun. I didn't even realize. Did you realize this?
M87.
Wait, I actually think Jaeger had a shotgun as well. I'm not actually too sure, but
Trippin,
I mean,
we are going to get an interview. Trippin, we're getting an interview with SCP. I do not care if he doesn't want it. We're gonna capture him alive. He is probably the most Don't.
Oh, the one
That is violation.
It's gone. He's finished it off as well with the shotgun. I mean, I think MS are just not happy. I don't think they're happy.
He's Icox. He's just Icox. But point 2.
Oh my god, he is. Is it Icox 2.0?
Oh my god. The only thing he's missing is a black ice, really. But that's a violation. I don't feel like that's right. A double kill on the C4. You know, there was a bit of a refrag, but they instantly shut it down right after that. Another refrag onto that. So there's 3 kills. Already a 4v2 situation. Not only that, but the Malusi swings on. The Zero is left alive. And, you know, the Zero had, like, those flashbacks. He turned around for 180 degrees. And the last things he saw was an M87 and a bandit ready to kill. And that's probably one of the... I feel like bandit with an M87 should be included in a horror game. That's the type of feeling you get when you're close to that shotgun. Oh.
I mean, it's just scary, isn't it?
It is.
It is really scary. You just see this massive shotgun in the hallway, and then you look away for a second, you're on your camera, he's right in front of your face. I mean, Maestria Esports is just dominating. It's not even questionable.
5 seconds left.
I feel like, you know, before that Zero turned around, the only reason he did turn around and not challenge Emalusi is because he heard a little whisper in his ear. And it was Bandit going, hey, you want a taste of this? And then he just, you know, got blasted into oblivion by the M87. But let's, you know, that was a round that let's let's keep it like Voldemort. It's like the unforbidden round we cannot speak of, okay? But let's go on to this round again.
Oh, SCP gets caught through the flap. Maybe yeah, you see the yellow pings there. He gets finished off, and I think Adrian's happy with that kill. I think it's his first entry, from what I know, from what I've seen. It's his first entry for MS currently, because it's really been Maestria Esports getting those first kills. But as I said, a refrag comes out from Ito, is taking out Suki. Well, you actually see there's really good vertical play coming out from Maestria Esports on defense. Good head title, just really slowing down MS already. I mean, gridlock off the board, which just opened the door for flanks in favor of Maestria Esports. And you don't really see this here, Puffer Bob. A meeting push, but from main hand side, trying to get those thermite walls, but I think those mute jammers are really going to cause annoyance. So maybe they're not, because they're instantly destroyed as I say that. Yeah, but I think it's a good push from MS, and they're already taking some decent control.
Are they gonna go for a plant like this? Don't. They're going for a plant. What mad lads.
You can do that.
I guess you can. And they actually get it down. The smoke couldn't do anything. The verticals weren't even included. They absolutely just ignored the strategy. A kill on the SMG-11. There's 2 kills from the side of Thermite, and 2 extra added from Dendy. And oh my god.
I mean, just a clean sweep. I mean, as soon as that bomb went down, there was a shook for Maestria Esports to do anything, and they just walked into the crosshairs.
Wow. That is very uncommon. I'm going to say it like that. I mean, not only did they give the smoke pretty much no area, no control over denying the plant, they also completely canceled out the vertical from the hatch. And plus, they also got a quad kill in the end, just as a team together.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Just shows that, yeah, no matter what happens to MS, they've always got firepower deep down, and they can pull it out whenever they want. And they did it there, and you know, not MS, but Maestria Esports, MSA. I think they can take that because they are 4-1 and yes, it is defender side of map Oregon. But I think this round, if Maestria Esports manage to get it, it gives them such a massive head start, a great lead on the attacking side. But I think MS really trying to get this round. I think this is a vital round for them when they get on the defensive side.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I mean, if they can end up with a 5-1 score and then win an extra round on attack, do not forget how stressful it's going to be for machine soldiers when they have to win literal rounds in a row, like 5 rounds in a row. Which is, I'm not saying it's stressful or anything, but it's really stressful. Like, I'm no genius, but it's just, I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless because, you know, being in a situation where you're forced to just win every round, because if you don't, you know, you're just guaranteed to lose at that point. It's kind of stressful. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to be focused on and a lot to risk. Because, you know, one small move that could make the other team take a lot of advantage over you could actually give you the loss. You know, at the end, it still comes down to quite a lot of potential, I guess, factors.
Yeah, a lot of factors take place, especially when you're in such snipe. We do see a push coming out from Discount with the man joining him in, but I think just lobby to shut him down. And instead of that main lobby push, we are seeing more of a bathroom, more of a default, you know, very much more common kitchen push through small tower. And there's already been a lot of pressure being applied. They've taken quite a decent amount of map control to work with MS here, getting done, and they're probably going to breach that wall any second now. And I think Maestria Esports, I actually think they know that. I think they're going to know now that thermite, extra thermite opens up dining and kitchen here. I think it's up to MSA to really shut down MS in this one push, because there's 2 doors, right? You have that one angle which they need to hold, and if machine soldiers want to try and break through this defense, they're gonna have to push through different ways. And if that's flanking round, then that'll be Denny, exactly as he does, takes out SCP. Once C4 down, Billy will get caught by the nade, but it wouldn't take any damage. Suki takes out Steely, and I think actually Billy's gonna find the kill. No, some close shots, but stays alive. The 3v5 is now initiated by MS.
Oh, it's all coming down to this last minute. I mean, the smokes are all still in charge. You have 3 smokes. And yet again, quite an uncommon play. You mean, normally they would try to take over tower and go for a meeting plant, but I mean, it's gonna be a flawless drop down instantly. You know, normally just take tower, go for a meeting plant, take out verticality, but they're gonna be going from dining. Yet again, a very unexpected play, and they actually managed to give themselves a second round in. So it's gonna be 4-2 looking for their favor. Quite a nice, tactic, I guess. You don't want to do unexpected things. Just like yesterday, I do believe it was I forgot which team, but on bank did a rush after a tactical timeout. No one expected it, and it was absolutely just phenomenal. So yeah, with that in mind, they actually get 2 runs, not too shabby, and
Attackers need to
looking pretty
locate and
good
defuse as many
for the
bombs
side
as
of
they can.
Maestria Esports. While Machine Soldiers, now they're on defense, they still themselves have a way of coming back. It's not going to be completely dependent off of losing 1 or 2 rounds. And
Yeah.
yet, of course, let's actually look at the loadouts. Squish, what's your opinion on these loadouts?
Which means is it? I
Um,
personally,
you can't see them.
what do you mean by the layouts? Like the
Oh,
lineup?
like just lineup loadout. whatever you wanna call it.
When you mean loadout, I originally see like the weapons.
Oh yeah, the
lists.
guns. Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I think the lineup. I mean, it's very basic. It's actually quite similar to what we saw. What I saw yesterday. You have that nook, which has actually been implemented so much recently. It's been banned a couple of times, as me and Bob saw on Bank, and it gives a lot of utility and a lot of the lurking potential it has can really shut down other operators which are roaming on the defensive side. But I think pretty basic. You have that thinker for the entry, Billy for the vertical beneath if they choose to, Hibana for that quite flexible breaching, for the hatches and for those walls which need to get open. I think Iana just there with the nades as well, just to add on to, kind of like another thinker on the board. But I think onto the round, it's going to go for a swing out from Denny. He gets caught out on the head, but look at this defensive side here, Bob. You have a, I actually saw that was a crispy shot on Steely by Denny, but you actually see this quite heavy vertical beneath for him, trying to shut down the buck, doing vertical beneath, and I haven't really seen that much of a dining hold or security freezer kind of hold in Kid's bedroom.
No, it doesn't seem to be right there and then there, but we're actually seeing a bit of a stare off right there. It's, of course, the Nook with the defender. I believe that is going to be Thunderbird. Denny, the man himself, going up against SZP, who's going to be taking it. The gunfight's going down, the nades are getting thrown. And there's going to be a bit of a retreat from the Thunderbird and the Nook. They're playing the same game. Shoot, throw gadget, and leave. That's kind of how it sounds like. And another kill transferred from, of course, Machine Soldiers on to the one and only Atolis. It's going to be Finka out of the match. A 5v3 situation, and I feel like Machine Soldiers have quite a good situation. I mean, they're getting onto the surge of where they feel like they can win. This is that comeback, surge, adrenaline, whatever you want to call it, which can be mostly stopped or is countered by a tactical timeout. So, I mean, I doubt, of course, MSA are going to be stopping it with a tactical timeout, but if they don't, I mean, Machine Soldiers are seeming to be in quite a comfortable position. They seem to be adapting perfectly and playing right in the counteract of the style of Maestria Esports. And of course, it's 1 minute down, it's a 5v3 situation, and the attackers haven't actually gotten much ground. They're only on white and, big tower side, but that won't do it much. That will not do it much.
Yeah, well, I think we talked about this adrenaline which MS have brought in on the defense, and even those last 2 attacking rounds, could be really a strong comeback. And MSA, when something hits them, I mean, MS hits hard, so it won't be comfortable. But that being said, SCP does find Adrian. SCP will get instantly traded back as Discount finds him, left up the 2v4, make that a 2v3 now. As a push comes in, Billy gets 2 now, but he does get refragged onto Denny. 2v1, the jumping from the window. ADM swinging around the window and will not catch anything apart from the bullets of Discount as he rotates back up by stairs. And 4-3 coming from 4-0. 3 rounds in a row won by MS, and the timeout will come out from Maestria Esports, which is, I think, well chosen.
I mean, speak of the devil, the tactical timeout has been, unleashed to stop that little, of course, Machine Soldier push. I guess you could say just a rush, just this absolute. What would the word for it be? What would the word for being just? It's hard to explain. I know the word, but it's on the top. Help me out here, Squishy.
What are you trying to say?
You know how they keep on winning after, like, it's consistency.
Momentum.
Oh, momentum, consistency, pretty much that. That's what you that's what I wanted to say when the timeout
Mm.
cancels it out. And it's quite strong. I mean, right now I feel like the adaptability was there. They had everything in the grasp of their hands. They knew how to play against Maestria Esports, and they had it in the back of their minds constantly. It was like this passive feeling that even it was like an instinct, like a new feeling. And of course, with that in mind, if they cut out that sensation, they could be looking at, the next 3 rounds going over to Maestria Esports. At least, if of course, Machine Soldiers did get caught off guard by that little tactical timeout. And as speaking before, a Warden. I'm still a bit concerned about that. Warden is decent,
Defenders,
but
protect your
wouldn't you
bombs from
consider,
being defused by attackers.
Tachanka, a lot more operators to be a lot more useful, extendable, and just better in general that have a shield at least?
I think that's. I mean, obviously, Warden. I mean, I think he's quite underrated, especially with the flash. The flash buffs and the potential of Blitz, Ying, especially in that elbow area or any area which is in risk of like major flash, like let's say NH or Laundry. I think Warden's actually pretty underrated, and he can do a very good job on holding down a site. I mean, you have the choice of a shield and a C4, and you also have the shotgun SMG, which is quite a good combo if used correctly. And it depends how you use Warden. If you don't use Warden to the full capability, it's not as good. But I think if you do and you're able to use the utility which he brings, it can actually bring a lot to the table.
Fair point. Fair point. And actually, they actually do have Warden, but it's quite interesting. The attacker side on Maestria Esports still decided to go with Sense, even though after seeing the Warden. Which is, it's a bit of a unique pick. Because, I mean, Warden is literally a counter to the operator. It's like going Ying and Glass. Glass, not glass. It's going Ying and Glass against a Warden. It's just, I don't feel like that's the best idea. Maybe they have a strat in mind. Maybe they're trying to take out the Warden. But even then, if they don't take out the Warden in time, he's going to be messing up quite a lot of things. As the attackers themselves, right? They don't have something that can see through smoke. So it's going to blind them, but not the defending side. So it's kind of in their favor. And of course, the first kill is going to be going to Discount. And the Warden going back into, of course, backstairs. I don't think they're well aware of how amazing Discount can take off heads. I mean, that's going to be a double kill onto the Sense and the Finka. There's going to be no need for a Warden counter right there. Verticality, not much of a choice. I mean, Capital is only now entering the building as Steel is just holding his ankle. I mean, it's all coming down to the side of Machine Soldiers. Damage being dealt, I mean, it was a bit of a trade-off of damage. And Machine Soldiers, I mean, they're still going at it as a kill of a C4 and another Jaeger. Oh my god, I can't comprehend this. It's all coming down in one spot. It's going down quite quickly, and I mean, we're back to a 5v1 situation.
Yeah, back at the beginning, especially for MSA after that timeout. Didn't look like anything worked out, if I'm being realistic, Bob. And, I mean, Billy just left them on 5. He's basically waiting to just get shot in the head. I don't know if he'll try and get some more timeout time, or he will actually try and go for the clutch, or maybe just find some free kills onto Machine Soldiers. But I think that Machine Soldiers just hitting too hard, and Maestria Esports can't handle how hard they've been hit. But Billy, I think left the one before. He's gonna go for the swing. Yeah, too many angles to cover with one, but he does find Discount, but that's the most he'll do. And I mean, 4-4 now. They've caught up Machine Soldiers, and I mean, Bob,
Yes.
4 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 rounds in a row. I mean, quite strong. Even the tactical timeout couldn't stop their just absolute domination. They're going for 2 rounds on attack and then 2 rounds on defense. And since this is a defense-sided map, not only are they, doing good in general, they have been leaving Maestria Esports on 5v1 type situations. They didn't allow any refrag, any cover-up. They almost even got a flawless at the end. I mean, just the crossfires and everything. I mean, the Malusi double kill, then it was a C4 getting challenged. They didn't allow any entry. They didn't allow any coverage, anything like that. And it's just feels bad at this point. I mean, Maestria Esports, they can't play passively.
10 seconds
They
remaining.
shouldn't, at least, because this is the attacking side. You know, you have a time limit constantly up until the plant spot. You have to push and clear everything, get kills.
Attackers must locate.
Attackers have a lot more of a checklist when they're entering. As the defenders, you know, they have this spot that they can secure and they have gadgets to help them. And Maestria Esports are just fully taking advantage of the building, the gadgets, the timings even as well. I mean, they're just bringing it all out at once. And of course, machine soldiers don't seem to be, you know, being able to do much. Even the time machine soldiers as roamers. You know, they don't need a vigil. They don't need a cav or someone. All they need is a Malusi who is absolutely heated up to just start going at it.
Yeah, and I think I said this yesterday with you, Bob. It only takes one man, one mag, and one weapon to just absolutely annihilate a team, and that's what teams have to work out for. I mean, it could be one kill, but then that kill can lead to another, and it'll just keep on leading up to maybe like 3-4 kills possibly, and that's, you know, more than half your team gone down the drain. And I think just MSA need to really watch out for that one man. They say, oh yeah, it doesn't matter, but they need to shut down these members quickly because they're leaving them unmanned, unmarked, undroned, and the freedom which they're being given is, I mean, I don't want to say immense, but I kind of have to, because they're just doing too much damage to MSA. And I mean, especially when you're attacking and you roamers which aren't being shut down, the damage which they can do at the very end, it really does hurt. You know, the flanks, you know, the kills which they can just implement can hurt. But on the round, I spot a plus strings, but the Forest Drone will take out that shield and those both ADSs. So Adrian might be in a sticky situation if any native was where he has the hatch to drop when and if he needs. And I think Thermite's waiting for, I think, Attic to breach with the exothermic. I think there might be a mute jammer there. Oh, not a mute jammer. They don't even have a mute. What am I on about? But I think, is there anything on there? No, there isn't anything on there, but they're waiting for something to give the call, maybe for a late push. You know, probably pop that exothermic and then drop the hatch straight away. But I think for MS, they're just going to be holding their angles. They're safe and sound in sight, and they've only got one breach to hold currently, as that's the only real main point of pressure which Maestria Esports are applying.
Actually, I want to extend that little conversation we had. You know, let's say you let that player have the freedom, right, and take out a player or two. Not only is he taking out gunpowder, but you're also forgetting the amount of utility he can take with him. He can take out all the hard breach, and you have to change up your plan completely. Now, as I was, you know, extending that conversation, a triple kill is actually completely delivered onto the side of Maestria, as machine soldiers are looking unfazed and undamaged themselves. It's a 5v2 situation. Floors and Thermite are just alone, and all they can do is go for a smoke plant. And you well know, with the Warden in hand, that is not going to be possible, as both of the kills get instantly taken out. The flawless round comes in, and that's going to be the 5th round in a row, won by machine soldiers. I mean, how worse can this get for Maestria Esports? They tried canceling it out with a tactical timeout. They tried many things, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, some things just don't work, Bob. I mean, they've tried, but they've not succeeded. As I think MS just, when they find one round, they don't stop finding them. And for MSA, it's going to be a struggle for them to really try and get back on the tracks which they were recently on, because I mean, 5 rounds ago they were absolutely dominating it. It was a 1v5 at one point, but I think maybe something happened. Maybe that timeout really didn't do much. I don't think what was said really gave the team inspiration, but I think at this point mental is a big thing. You've lost 5 rounds in a row after winning 4. You're being crushed, you're not having many chances, coming down to the 1v5s, 1v4s, 1v3s, etc. And I think that Maestria Esports just got to get their head in the game, and once they find one round, they'll probably bring that mentality which they need and what they love to really make it a close game, get it to overtime, as this is what it's looking towards.
Must locate and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, machine soldiers, you know, once they get on their train tracks, you know, once they get running and rolling, they are not going to be stopped. Even if they're playing it, I feel like G2, you know, Shaiko may be there, comboed with Penguin, just everyone else, like the best players in the game. But once machine soldiers get those tracks running, they're not stopping. They're not going to stop until they've done what they came here for. And actually, Adrian's going to be getting taken out, and another player from this SCP And, well, that's going to be first kill onto the machine soldiers. I mean, Jaeger getting his first blow onto the sledge. Verticality's cancelled out as the scout is just, he's chilling around. The classroom wants to take his time as the Yana gets another kill onto Denny. It's going to be a 2v4 situation. And ironically, as soon as I talk good about machine soldiers and how they're unstoppable, guess what stops them? A couple of Maestria Esports players, and they're not going to stop there as Discount gets another blow onto the side of Finka. It's 2v3 situation, so it still has there's still some comeback potential.
Yeah, it makes it 1v3 as ADN takes out the head of Suki. As Discount is left alive, he's on 11 kills. He's feeling himself this game on Oregon, or this map on Oregon, shall I say. I mean, over a 2 KD, it's definitely winnable to clutch. 1 minute 35 left, a lot of time to hold it out, and I think that's going to be a little of a struggle as Maestria Esports have a bit too much time to win it out. They've got diffuser in hand, nothing to stress about. I think they've got the breach as well. Why no? They have that breach as well, and actually sweep the aggressiveness play from Discount. He whiffs on Billy in the Ivana on the balcony and catches him off guard. As the round goes to MS. Not MS, Maestria.
Looking pretty even. I mean, machine soldiers were on a 5, bro. They were just going at it. And one more round is going to be going to Maestro. And for now at least, it seems like we're going to be going into overtime match point. It does seem like now. I mean, both of these teams, at least one of them, has to get 2 rounds in a row. Currently, we're going to be looking at a good overtime match point. So, with that in mind, it seems like these teams are quite a rivalry we have here. They're quite close, and I do believe they faced off before. And yes, of course, the Major League played a 7-game 5, thanks Strippin. They have actually played off yet once, and Maestria Esports took out Machine Soldiers 2-0, but it wasn't like it was 7-2 or something like Maestro absolutely dominated. Actually, both of those matches were extremely close. Maestro's map, which was Clubhouse, was won by them 8-6. And Machine's map, yet again, was Villa 8-6. So, they were close on both of these maps. So even now, they're proving to be close. And it'd be quite ironic if it was 8-6 both of these maps today yet again. And what's this? Is this a blitz we see? And a bit of rush?
You gotta love to see it.
Oh, you do love to see it. Do you think that... Oh my god.
Oh, the Russian comes in, 2 kills to trade back, stealing Suki out on flat. And Adrian, 3 kills lined up. Adrian and Toys will find one. And the instant trade back from Discount, left in the 1v3. This rush has really gone downhill as they slowly roll their way into a 1v3 as it now is. E-Tools, got to remember on his Shaiko, will go for the swing, but the prone game from both of them, and E-Tools will come up top. He just have to think a surge to get his HP back up, and yes, that's exactly what he'll do. He has a nade. There's a man on his hallway, but that nade actually might catch on something. No, it doesn't. Nade on the hallway, shield to cover, and not to work with E-Tools. I mean, he's got 2 minutes. No diffuser, but 2 members touchdown. Nade goes out in the wrong direction. I think a bit lost around the corners. Then he goes around the bomb. I mean, 1v1 now as he finds one, a triple kill. E-Tools, will he find the 1v3 clutch with a quad kill on the line? He's got a drone and he will use it. He catches the man rotating. Maybe it's the pre-5, but nothing connects. C4 goes out, but again, nothing on the end of it. 1 minute 40 left for E-Tools to work with and for Denny to hold him out. The pre-5 comes out and he doesn't find it. Denny takes out E-Tools and shuts down the 1v3, which was possibly there. He knows he was there. The easy. Oh, that's a crispy shot actually from Denny. Wow. Props to him for shutting down that 1v3.
My god, what a shot from the SMG-11. I mean, I guess he doesn't care that this is supposed to be a close-ranged weapon. He's going to be taking it to sniper ranges whenever he wants, wherever he wants, and however he wants. And of course, it was quite close for this Vinka player. It was really close. I feel like, maybe if she decided to go on the rotation with the drones, she still had intel to, tell on if he looked at her, looked towards the rotation, was he still holding the angle? She still had it in mind, but, I mean, the defending side didn't seem to have the same information, though. There was no cameras around there, at least from my knowledge. And, of course, it was close, but at the end of the day, not close enough. And we're going to be going back. I was going to say upstairs, but this is most definitely... we're going to be going back upstairs. Of course, let's actually keep in mind, Machine Soldiers, they win this and they're looking at their first map in the back. I mean, they're looking at a pretty comfortable win right here, as they don't have to go into overtime, worry about things more and more. Because Maestria, you know, if they just win 8 more rounds in a row, we're going to be repeating history just like in the major league. Oh, it's gonna be really stressful. Because I'm actually I'm not based towards any of these teams. I'm not, you know, rooting for any of them. But I do want to see the history be repeated.
Round out, Esports. I mean, from this attack, I mean, do you see Esports putting some pressure onto big window and a bit of a crossfire coming out from MS to stop the pressure in main lobby, but I don't really know what the focus point is. Do you see some pressure facing on small tower? I don't know if it might be like a big window kind of push here, but with the Abana, I don't see how that would be implemented, especially without no smokes. I mean, no pressure attic bobbing, not really a lot of pressure facing master. I mean, not master, but bedroom. And you don't really see this a lot. You have the back. I think they're going to go for the vertical play. Yeah, I think that's going to be the play which MSA have decided to go for, especially with that skeleton key in hand. It can do a lot of damage and completely clear that site. But with MS's hold beneath, there's going to be a lot of utility they're going to need to burn through to able to take this control which they need. And actually, SCP could have taken out their smoke. So be careful on the window. You will actually go on the rappel. And I think for MS, I don't actually think they know where all the MSA players are. But Steely will find Adrian, as Adrian will definitely be given some intel. And now they've got this dynamic control here, and now Biddy's going to be taking full advantage of this. He's going to be able to clear out all of kids and maybe even pushing through big window or white stairs. I mean, oh, a crispy double for Steely as he finds a grenade kill from beneath. Just the damage which you can do with one nade is, you know, quite immense. Denny onto him. I mean, Denny's actually gone for the flanking completely unknown. No man or covering that angle with your drone. Nothing there. With 1 minute 05 left. And the 3v4 implemented, it's going to be a tough one for MS to take this one out.
I mean, there's still a lot of aggression from Denny right there. He's still going around, roaming, checking all types of sides. As, you know, most of the pressure is on the side of white and verticality. Now, there's going to be probably rotation to Master, which is big window. But there's still, you know, there's still a smoke in play, 2 canisters, quite a lot of time. And with 40 seconds on the line, he's going to start unleashing them top players. Challenge, and he gets a nasty shot. That's going to be a headshot onto the Finka player. Another one for ADN. Hibana out of the match. It's instantly a 3v2 thanks to the Mozzie, P10, Roni. Even with that low amount of bullets, he's still quite a menace to hold up against. Steely trying to get a pre-fire, doesn't manage to. With 20 seconds on the clock, he's trying to challenge anyone, gets a kill onto Discount. But his HP is not looking the best. Of course, Venoms get one onto the side of SZP, and he's alone. Steely's right now alone as he is slowly getting crossfire for everyone. Kids, games, all that type of stuff, and he will be getting taken out by Denny. The man. That was going to be a quarter. Actually, there's going to be a triple kill or a quad kill. I don't know.
But MS take it 7-5, and I think that is a strong win for MS. Winning, I mean, I want to say 7 rounds in a row and only 1 round stopped them. But I think Maestria Esports, after winning those 4 rounds, something happened and it wasn't good. Do you see Discount and Denny, the double Ds, both dropping 12 kills, and Billy to, you know, match them with 11. But I mean, apart from seeing those first 2 rounds, I think what I've been seeing is definitely the mental game coming in, which some games it's either comes down to the kills or the aim, but I think this one's going to be a mental. You have both gunners on both teams, Billy and the double Ds on Machine Soldiers, and I think the mental is definitely going to play a big part in these next 2 maps. And can you just remind me what the next map is? Because I wasn't here for that one.
The next map is going to be Chalet.
So that'll be a good one as well, especially with Chalet and Oregon having a similar playstyle. They'll definitely have a good way, but I think a 10-minute break will be initiated by me, Chip, and Bob, and I think I still got to sort out some Discord problems. So we'll see you after the 10-minute break.
Bye-bye.
Takes out Denny, Gummy finds the 17th, but Danny with the swing and the trade back as Adrian finds a double. But the goal is Danny now 3v3, very winnable here. Adrian, still very low HP, but no thinking to boost them back up. On the side of Petrorian, all 100 HP. Going for the flank was Rafa, but when he dropped back, shot down on the corner. be forever, and there goes the 1v3. Adrian
Got the kill there on towards Spliz, but he does, I think, maybe a smart thing you'd have to say in terms of gun skill, but Spliz is taken out there. It's the thermite going in, and the flag was actually able to be gone down. Zawok gets another kill, Hunter trades out immediately, but Liquetta gets another. It's a 2 versus 1 situation, all up to Liquetta. He gets a triple kill in the van, a beautiful kill on towards that piano, and he's looking for the, going for the defuse. Will he stick? No, pros do not fake. And look what happens if you fake. No, he manages to get the quad kill. And what a way to start off.
But it is what Maestria is trying to do. You can tell that they obviously do not want to give up this second or first floor by any means necessary. But it always gives away his life by any means necessary. Player called Coles, and that's one of your main entry drivers off the board. Praetorians right now are working some type of pinch towards this meeting hall area, and there you go. They get the only player that exists on this first floor. But what they need to be focused on is SCP's position. He's already moved himself inside of Attic from the bridge stairs, and they don't even know it. He's on top of the hatch, but it's a nice read from Bombi, who gets his second kill in the round.
Billy. We saw the Aruni get a lot of frags in the previous round, a 4K to be specific. That needs to replicate itself here. It will not. Bombi shuts him down.
But Suki does get that pick on Coles, and that is a huge pick. He's gonna try to fish for another one, but doesn't manage to get it at all. And instead, Danu managed to swing and get him, Suki.
A lot back armory. As he gets down, and Adrian also gets down to finish off by Danny, finds double kill in the round. That's 2v3 is Danu. Finish off Adrian with the hatch, and Danny finds a double. 2v2 now, they know where both the players are, but Danny very low speed now on both sides. Just have 150, let him just cover. He just have smoke grenades, he can try to close one. He is smoking it, will go for swing, it's shut down. Danu finds a quad kill on the very first round. You have that one kill, which just opens the door. Bombi. We'll never see what comes with any, a bit of revenge on him, but it will be taken straight back out by Adrian. And I mean, one door opens and another door opens for inside of BTD. Bombi will find a second, but I mean, it's looking unrealistic to winnable. But I mean, nothing's over till the end. 3-5 comes out, he will find a triple, find a 3 kill. If he finds one, it's a left up to 1v1. I don't think he knows he's there. He will go for 3, finds a quad kill. The 1v1 from the 1v5 actually, 1v4. Stun actually. He's gonna find a new angle, but Bombi's gonna swing around and he finds the ace. Welcome back here at Talent League today with me and Bob. Maestria Esports against Machine Soldiers. Last game we were on Oregon and Machine Soldiers took the win, winning 7-5. And I mean, Machine Soldiers pretty much won 7 rounds in a row, and I mean, Maestria Esports finally won as they did find 4 at the very start. But both teams ready. We're going to be heading straight into it on Chalet. And Bob, what do you think of Chalet? It's pretty similar game style of what we see on Oregon most of the time.
Good, but I feel like some operators are a bit more, there's specific operators that are a lot more situationally better on Chalet. Let's say, I don't know, Zero, Hibana's less important. You have a lot more operators, like with bigger hard breaches, I would say, that are a bit more focused, and I guess Buck a bit more than Sledge. Because, Buck has a lot more verticality from below and importance like that, as Sledge on Oregon is literally, I guess, a little more useful, especially with nades in hand. But I feel like Chalet is a decent map. It's just in the middle. Although it is attacker sided, and Machine Soldiers, doing absolutely excellent on the previous map that was a bit more defender centered. If this is a bit more attacker centered, I feel like they're still going to be having a pretty dominant start. And let's actually talk about the bans. I mean, that arcade. Let's not even mention how basic that is. That's just the basic of the basic, the creamy of the top, whatever you want to call it. And the second one on the attack is going to be Flores. An interesting map. The absolute utility, destruction he has in his hand, the drones are just absolutely amazing. I mean, they can't even get destroyed till some point, and even some potential to kill someone, clear areas, clear operators away from areas, holds, just the drones are absolutely, they're just units. And of course, the second defender joining Flores will be Valkyrie. Just a meta ban. I mean, it's a big map. There's big rooms, a lot of sight in Chalet. And I mean, Valkyrie's quite the perfect operator for that. And it seems like, well, for a second, I was going to say, that Maestria Esports really loved their Warden. But of course, he got switched out from Malusi, as we're going to be getting on the defender side, a Mira, a very strong operator. And of course, what do you think on Mira, on Wine Cellar, or just downstairs in general?
I mean, I think I'm actually really confused with the wine cellar
Defenders,
choice.
protect your bombs from
Because
being defused by
that,
attackers.
I mean, factually, it is the worst site on Chalet. Whether you like it or not. Obviously, in ranks different, but, dining kitchen's better. And so is bar gaming. And the mirror is it's crazy how many things you can do in mirror on bar and gaming. The fact that they've gone bottom floor, unless they've got this crazy new strat to stop it, but I think they're gonna get punished for it unless they can pull something out of the bag which hasn't been seen before. Sorry. I think that MS are gonna take this first round. It might just give them a great head start, but the bottom floor choice it amazes me. It really does, Bob, and I don't know what they're going to do with the mirror. I mean, you do see some mirror placement upstairs, and they've come in site facing main breach and garage, but I think it amazes me that they've gone bottom floor.
That amazes me just a bit more. They've gone bottom floor first, but now they're playing kitchen and dining. Now, what scares me the most about this is if the attackers go third floor, they literally have verticality on the vertical play. Which is just, not only is Mira gone at that point, only operators, I mean, 2 operators playing upstairs are also in quite a lot of danger, especially if, let's say, 2 operators are cutting out any type of rotation. if they would have decided to go third floor, I mean, it would have taken time. That I agree with. It would have taken quite a while, but they could have cleared absolutely everything. I mean, for third floor, second floor, but they just seem to be going for the main breach. And with that, I mean, no, not as much aggression as thought from Machine Soldiers. I mean, there's no runouts, nothing like that. As Melusi, I believe she's having it at the back of her mind, and
Bomb located by
still,
attackers.
you know, Castle's still preparing site, but no one's even going dining as the first knock gets delivered to the castle. Actually, not the castle, the Lamai, as Diddy's going to be there to finish him. Another kill from Adrian onto the smoke. No actual plan denial. They dropped this site. They're trying to take it back, but it just doesn't seem to be working. As another kill onto the mirror, a bit of a refract from the castle, and now it's a 2v4 situation. I mean, it's all coming down to the side of Machine Soldiers. They're in quite a good position, as Melusi actually gets a double kill, making it a 2v2, 2v1 situation, and the plant is down. But there's one problem. The attackers are most probably safe and sound outside with just all the comfortability they can have. And it does seem so they're trying to protect that as much as they can, but it will not be working out. I mean, this Melusi is quite in a gunfire, and of course Danny with his second kill, finishing it off for round one. And you were right, Squishy. They got punished very heavily for going downstairs, and even then, even the rotation from kitchen down onto bottom floor, it still didn't work out. They just got punished for that even more than before.
Yeah, I don't know. As soon as I saw the wine side choice, I mean, I've never seen that site played once in Town League or like a high T4 level. Obviously, ranked completely different, but they definitely got punished for it. It's an easy opening. That breach, it set them
Defenders,
alight.
protect your bombs
I
from
mean,
being defused by
really just
attackers.
ignited the flame which they needed to just burst through that breach, and you know, boom, the round's over, and they've got one more round. And from what we saw from MS on Oregon, when they find one round, what did they do, Bob? They find another. And what they do when they do that? They find another, and eventually they won 7 rounds. Will they do that again? Possibly. I mean, it is an opening, but I think MSA, I mean, I think it was a poor choice. I don't know what they were thinking, but I think there was one hole in the strat, and MS managed to find that hole, and they definitely broke through
10
it.
seconds to go.
Also, another thing for MS, they've got the dock. Another dock? I've never seen, ever, in comp once in my entire life since the aerial got removed.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, Doc, I believe he was played yesterday one round. One entire round. It was yesterday, I believe. I'm not, yeah, it was yesterday.
No, with me.
Yes, correct.
You
It was on
sure?
bank. We were ranting on about how you could pick Thunderbird and everything, and then we ranted on about how
I
they
think that was something else.
probably, but anyways, out of the topic, Doc is quite, it's like kind of like the gridlock situation. You can have a lot better things in the back of the mind, you know, in usage in general, but he's the type of operator who's fan favorite, who's picked by the people who actually enjoy playing him and feel like they can do good on him. You know, they can be aggressive, take some damage, go back and heal. And while we were talking about that, Sledge actually gets taken out, is joined by good old Billy, the Rooney player, so it's going to be a 4v4 situation, a bit of a trade-off, as the Sledge still had to deliver some nades, but couldn't finish that, you know, that post right there, and it's 4v4, 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes remaining on the clock right now. And Machine Soldiers, I mean, they haven't had a huge loss. I mean, they still have a lot of utility on their hand, and so does Smoke. Of course, yeah, he has all 3 of the smokes, same with Doc. But it's going to be down to time wastage, I feel like. If the smoke can right now waste it down to the last minute and then start using the smoke, this should be pretty good. As the main breach starts going down, no impact tricking, no nothing like that. Mute may be a bit of an issue towards that, but yeah, the defenders have actually realized what they're going to be going up against. The Mute seems to be ready or prepping up the C4. Yeah, we're just going to have to see where this goes on
Attackers
from
have
here.
located a bomb.
I think we're just gonna wait for one move to change it all, and Eagles will go for the swing, takes out Denny, but Discord with the instant trade back onto Steely makes it a 3v3 now, as it's a bit of a standoff on the MS side of things. Oh, crispy flick onto Eagles as he gets taken out. In 2v3, Adrian will push for the breach, try and go for the pre-fire, see if anything connects. You've still got Doc alive. He can heal himself if he gets into a little battle. Got those stims at the ready. One will be going down to the side of Venom's in Venom's hand, but the crossfire from the window will not catch anyone as discount fails as SCP finds the head of him. Another 2v2 is now activated. 40 seconds for Maestria Esports to do something and react to it. But time is really ticking. Adrian and Venom's just playing this game where they just hold the angles, waiting for Maestria Esports to swing. They've got to be the ones to make the first move.
Attackers
Slowly
need to
pushing out. The
protect the
Jigglypuff's
diffuser.
going to come out
Mission
from
compromised.
ADN if he managed to find Adrian, but the advantage from Adrian. Pre-fire comes out. The diffuser will be trying to be stuck, but the swing comes from Venoms, and Adrian cleans up ADN as Venoms takes out SCP on the diffuser, and MS Soldiers, Machine Soldiers will find their second round. As I mean, I said it, when they find one, they'll find another, and I think Maestria Esports, it might take a more couple of rounds to try and pull it back.
Yeah, I mean, my machine soldiers are really that type. They give you that train vibe, like mentioned before. They just don't stop. You can't force them because I mean that's gonna be ending to your own defeat. I guess you could say in that way. And let's actually, we've been downstairs, we've been
Attackers
upstairs.
need to locate
So
and
this
defuse as
time,
many bombs as
seems
they
like we're
can.
gonna be going a bit. Actually, yet again upstairs. I mean, downstairs would have not been a choice. I mean, it could have been, but a horrible one at that. So I feel like they've learned their lesson at not going downstairs. But I kind of get the feeling that you should, try out what works the best. Maybe going or maybe kitchen could get you around. But I feel like testing in the first place is the best thing you want to do. Of course, they feel pretty comfortable upstairs. They were decently close, to say the least. I mean, they were almost getting the frags, but the time wasted was not there as much as in the previous map. And with that in mind, I mean, it's gonna be quite rough. I mean, machine soldiers have been just adapting more than any other team we've seen so far. I mean, the utility is there, and the comeback is certainly in motion, but they're not the ones that need the comeback for this map, at least for now. At least for now, I mean, machine soldiers win at least one more, and they're looking themselves at least an even score before the round switch, just like before. And I mean, if they get a 6-0, a 5-1, or a 4-2, just better for them. Let's hope they just don't end up, kind of throwing these 4 rounds, these continuing 4 rounds to make it look even worse for them, because this is an attacker-sided map. They need to take control and advantage of everything as much as they can, as long as they have some sort of advantage to, keep it going. Because on defense, they're going to be looking down, as Adrian is going to be kept picking up the first kill onto the mute. No C4 seems to be getting delivered in the late round, at least for now. And yet again, ground control and just everything getting taken by Team Machine Soldiers. It's just so quick, so steady, so well executed. And I mean, if they're going to keep going at it, they might as well just win the entire series.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be looking like this as we do see Steely get taken early, and that's 1 C4 off the board here, Bob, and that can really affect the late game. SCP gets caught down below and all discount catching E-Tools off guard. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I think he got the call that was one on piano window, but he was on the roof waiting for it. Drop comes down, see, actually it's a suppressor on the LMG. It was such a good vibe. As the thing comes out, there's 3 kills are picked up from the side of Maestria Esports out of nowhere. Jumped coming for discount, but instantly shut down by ADN as a triple kill in the round for him. 1v3 now initiated for Suki, and Billy will take him out. No quad kill for ADN, but a good triple as he's able to set Maestria Esports onto their first round.
Where did this come out of? I mean, it was a 5v3 situation? It was a 5v3 situation,
It was a
and
5v3. And then it was instantly a 3v2.
3v2, and then turned into a 3v1 right after that. I mean, holy. I mean, MSA was not taking any prisoners, and no mercy was given at all, as of course, that was going to be their first round win. So, at least they're not looking at a complete flawless domination for the attacking side on Machine Soldiers. So, at least one round is going to be given to them, and that's actually quite good. 1 round, and if they keep up the streak like Machine Soldiers did previously, they won pretty much, we can say, 7 rounds in a row with 1 interrupting round. If they can keep up that streak like, of course, Machine Soldiers did before, they're looking at themselves for quite a good W. But they do need the consistency or the momentum to actually do it. So they haven't been doing it up until now. But maybe we'll be seeing a bit of a change, a bit of a difference. And yet again, MSA is playing extremely aggressively. That run out on bathroom window, they were already at a man loss. And it wasn't needed for another one, because then it was just a 5v3 situation. Of course, if the Aruni and all the players weren't the rest of the players. The 4 kills that, you know, were delivered a bit more into the late round. If that wasn't there, you know, it would have been probably another round for Machine Soldiers, as a pre-fire is actually almost delivered onto the Zami, but of course the good old cementing knife is going to be there to help him out.
Oh, a crispy shot comes out from Suki, takes out Ito. It's 4v5 now. As I'll set off MS for the round. Is discounted onto that man count on the board here and makes it only 8. It's 2 of the members from Maestria Esports forward and then reposition shield. 4 Steely's down. Pre-fire comes out. It's really nothing there. And I think playing Bar Gaming, if MS manage to take control of this vertical, you know, I want to say the 1 minute 10 mark, they're gonna have a lot of time to work with. Billy getting a bit comfortable on this balcony on K9. He managed to, I think Suki's gonna run out. There's no claim up there, and he will find the free kill onto Suki. I mean, he did find 1 kill. I mean, save the 1-for-1. Oh, the crispy shot comes out from Billy. The pre-fire to discount. That's gonna be a nasty one, which discount will have to watch out for. 3v3 now, as 2 kills come out from Billy to really even out the man count on the board here. But I mean, with 1 minute 30 left, Vertical is in the control of Machine Soldiers. They can do a lot with it. Considering they only have 2 nades, I mean, they don't have a lot of utility left to burn on site apart from 2 smoke grenades and 2 nades.
My god, that Aruni shot was just absolutely clean. I mean, firstly, the run out, the aggression was still there. The aggression is absolutely insane from MSA's side, but then the shot onto the piano window was just from another world. Like, give them some mercy, but, you know, it doesn't seem to be the option, as it's a 3v3, you know. The man advantage was evened out, like mentioned previously, and with that, of course, given another chance, but Adrian with the F2 in hand is unstoppable, gets a kill onto, of course, ADN. Aruni's still trying to challenge upstairs, but the plan seems to be going down. Steely trying to get any type of kill onto Library, doesn't spot it, but it's a 2v1 upstairs, and of course, Steely and, of course, Billy, the good old man himself, get into a 2v1, but they can't actually get it. They can't go for a refrac or anything, as Denny, with the LMG and the Finka boost on hand, is going to be finishing both of them. I mean, with a 2v1, they had communication, they probably had timing and momentum, but they just couldn't execute it.
Yep, but I mean, Machine Soldiers once more getting that round, and 1-3. I mean, considering I want to say it's defensive sided map. I mean, it can be on and off, but I mean, overall, it's a defensive sided map apart from Wine and Cellar, which is 100% attacker sided in my eyes. But I think Bob, I don't think it's been quite a good start from NSA. I mean, you do have Billy trying to really push it forward, but I don't think any of the other members are really trying to push with him. And considering this is, you know, considering this is only a best of 3, one more map, and this map being it, Machine Soldiers can really win the ball in the game, and it can really, I mean, there's quite a lot on the line for MSA, you know, obviously, you do have that second chance in the bracket, but I mean, for Machine Soldiers, you're really, I mean, not Machine Soldiers, but for Maestria Esports, you're really trying to get at least a couple of rounds before you head onto the attack of side. Maybe 3-3 is what you're looking for, and I mean, another thing which I spotted out, your Bar Gaming, you haven't also brought the mirror, which is, it's a big L in my eyes. I mean, the amount of potential and the amount of utility which mirror can bring, and it's such an annoyance on attack when okay. I mean, Suki, I don't know. Yeah, I think a good trade comes out from Machine Soldiers. As 2 kills from Machine Soldiers, find it 4v4, but as I was saying, you don't opt to bring the mirror, it's the downfall. You went Wine Cellar first, and obviously I'm not dissing on the team, obviously they can try whatever they want, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I think they're taking risks, they need to play it safe, and I think they're overthinking too much about what they're about to do.
I actually 100% agree with you. I mean, they're not looking that they have the best situation, and it's an attacker-sided map, so on defense, you might as well take everything you've got, right? But not taking a mirror and taking her downstairs out of all sights, and only downstairs, nowhere else. They didn't take her upstairs both of the times, or in bar and gaming. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just, I feel like it's either, you know, they have the strategy in mind and they're trying to execute it off perfectly with no, you know, switch-ups, or it's either just they didn't think about it. Maybe there's some other reason, like, you know, they don't like playing the character, but they already played her once, so why not play her now? You know, because they probably have something like a switch up for a Mira, something at least, you know, an alibi, a zombie, something could get switched up. You know, something. Mira is just so strong that wasting her potential is just, I feel like it's a bit of a waste. As of course, Adrian's going to be wasting out ADN. The alibi is going to be getting taken out. The plant is going down as Adrian is down. So it's a 3v3 technically speaking. Will he get picked up? We're going to have to see. As and again, Billy, calm down. Billy's absolutely just taking out players one after another. Making it a 2v3 for his side of the Fuser's planet. And the Sledge? The Sledge is looking like quite some real trouble. He gets one kill, but will he get the other? He does, and that's going to be a double kill on the Sledge. Of course, Billy right now has to play off vertically, but he tries to run out. He gets a kill to Denny. It's 20 seconds on the clock, but Sledge will be finishing it off with the pistol in hand. As actually, Aruni was not able to do it. And yet again, Library upstairs, a 2v1 situation for the side of, you know, MSA, Maestria Esports, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it again. It was yet again, I believe, the Jaeger and the Azami, and they just lost. I mean, the Sledge was unexpected, don't get me wrong, but it's still at the end of 2v1. You can expect verticality from at least one of the players. And while though Billy went on a 3K right there, he sadly still...
Yeah, it's not. It's the
Yeah.
thing is with MS, you have players. Yet you get those kills, but they're not impact kills. They're not impact frags, which can completely change the game. Because yeah, you can get impact frags, but they're not impactful if your team is not able to follow up on them. That's what makes it impactful. You find one kill, you then have a man kill, but then your team follows up. And it makes it impactful because you set the team ahead, and then you get a 2-man advantage instead of a 1-man advantage. That's what Maestria Esports are lacking on. And considering it's 4-1, I would want to say maybe like it is kind of 50-50, but you do get the advantage of the defensive side here. And it's usually looking between 3-3 or 4-2 in favor of the defensive side. And it's completely the opposite, as it is 4-1, 1 round left to go, and Maestria Esports are really looking to win. I believe this is the first time they've gone Dining Kitchen. Am I right in saying that, Bob?
Attackers objective.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and I think they should have opted instead of Wine Cellar, or maybe even go Bar and Gaming again, because I think with MSA they're really focused. They're not focusing. They're focusing on. They're trying to focus on everything. They need to focus on one point. And clearly, it's working out for them. And they just think of simple and effective. That's all you need to do. It's like, let's say, like a meal, right? You don't need loads of extravagant like truffle or expensive things. It's just simple and effective. And it's nice, you know, like, you know, let's say mac and cheese. It's nice, right? Right, Bob?
Yeah, it is. It's simple and nice.
Nothing crazy, but it worked. And that's something which isn't working for Maestria Esports. They want to do too much, and they just need to keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a perfect example. I gotta give it to you. I mean, you do not want to overcomplicate or overthink things. It's not like, oh, this player is gonna maybe go in diagonally for 2 meters, and then I'm gonna pre-fire him, and maybe he crouches, but it's a 50-50. You don't need to overthink like in that. You're not an anime character or anything like that. But, you know, with that, you want to oversimplify. Just overcomplicating things can get you in a hustle, can get you confused, mixed up sometimes even. And with that, it just worsens out your gameplay. But if you keep it simple, do that, keep that, don't push, don't be aggressive, you have a man advantage, you can play past. You know, if you just keep that in mind, I feel like you can get a victory just almost based off of that. Just play with the strategies, and you can do it completely fine. Just don't be a robot. Don't 100% just, you know, listen to your IGL and then just stop listening. But you can think on your own a bit, but just think simply. It's not like life is going to be such a hurdle across the whole time. As people being brought out into the fireplace doesn't manage to get a kill, but the nade was actually quite close to the bandit, as all of his batteries do get taken out. I doubt he's going to attempt to get any type of kill. Castle taking quite a lot of damage. This bandit's just considering, as the C4 actually comes out, but the mirror gets taken out by the Finka player. A bit of a refrag onto Denny by the bandit. MP7, no mercy on hand. He drops into Wine and Cellar, go for a bit of a flag, but I don't think he knows there's an attacker just right behind him. The attacker was over in blue, and another kill over to the side of Tsuki. Sledges out of the match. It's a 4v, actually a 2v3 situation, 2v2 because one of them is down. Gets finished off, a 2v2 situation. It's going down. Adrian and Kitchen, they have full control of site. A bit of verticality and someone from behind of Adrian, and they don't know it. As the plan actually did get cancelled. Aruni did actually manage to cancel it out. and they're sandwiching the players from below and from above. Billy trying to get any verticals. He actually doesn't manage to get it in time. It's a 1v1 situation. Adrian actually managed to get the player from below, or the Malusi from the back, and now it's just down to this 1v1 situation. A lot of vertical for this Aruni. She could try moving, but Adrian's quite stuck. I feel like Adrian, you know, look at how much he had to watch, but Aruni dropping on her belly from the hatch. An unexpected opening, and it sadly didn't work out as Adrian had the upper hand of, I guess, the power of friendship, and just expect an Aruni to belly flop on the floor from the hatch.
Yeah, and I mean, there goes another round, all in favor of MS here, and I mean, considering that there's only 2 more rounds to win, and it's the game's in Machine Soldier's hand, Maestria Esports, they've got to pull something out of the bag. The attack from Machine Soldier have been quite, I don't want to say like amazing, but they've been quite basic. Nothing
Defenders, protect your
out of the
bombs
ordinary.
from being
Simple push, you get the
by
breach, you get the shot on the wall, and then you go plant the diffuser. But Maestria Esports, they've just been doing way too much. They've been thinking too much, and that's the thing with some teams. They overcomplicate. You know, they think of G2 and like, you know, G2. I don't really know about the current G2, but they used to have callouts for every single window. Every single window on every single map, they had a callout for that window. Right? It would be some random letter and some random number. And that's what Maestria Esports is trying to not actually try and call out different windows. Like, that's the kind of vibe they're giving off. They're trying too hard, they're trying too much. We need to stick to the basics. And I said it last round, I'm going to repeat it again like a broken record, right? But I think they're trying to be too much. They're overcomplicating, like, this team. Like, I don't know what they do in scrims, but you don't want to play it like a ranked, but you don't want to play it as if, like, your whole life is on the line. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate. You understand what I mean, right, Bob?
Yes, you want to like even it out.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
I think just MS is just, you know, they're keeping it simple. It's working out. Nothing crazy, nothing, you know, rank style, but it's working and it's doing well.
I mean, if it's working for them and they're keeping it up, that's just better for them. I mean, even the Ying coming out right now, there's no wooden to back it up. And the third kill goes over to the Glass player. Quite an interesting strategy. Denny right now just trying to, you know, get anywhere. I mean, kills are getting transferred and it's a 2v4 situation just instantly. I mean, Machine Soldiers are getting just dominated. I mean, okay, MSA, you know, they like to play Warden a lot. But it seems like it didn't work out for Machine Soldiers because they didn't play that exact operator. That would have been a perfect counter as the plant goes down. They get taken out by the SMG-11. Adrian going for a bit of a trophy push. And Steel is just trying to cut off the rotation. All 3 of the players are. So is Billy very close to actually getting wallbangs as another SMG kill from Vectums. The absolute man gets transferred onto the ADN. The one and only Zofia player currently, as he's actually brought on a 2v2 situation. He has a diffuser in his hand. He can play with a shotgun as someone I believe is behind him. I do believe someone's right behind this good old smoke player, and the smoke and mute duo. Quite, you know, they come in a bit of a pack. They feel like good relatable characters. Enemy kill from the Glass. What a shot, and the gun is absolutely powerful as well. I mean, the mute that seemed to get noticed is trying to get the SMG onto their heads. He actually managed to get one, but does he get the Glass? And he does not, as Steely will be stealing that round from Machine Soldiers, finishing it off with quite a nice blow. I mean, that's just how underrated Glass can be sometimes. He just proved that Glass is sometimes, you know, a bit underrated.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite underrated, and I think Steely obviously didn't really. I don't think he used the Glass like, like for what Glass is. Like, seems to be like you first smoke, you try to hold a angle, you post plant scenarios. But he used the gun. I bet he took it for the gun. It's a great gun. It annihilates through walls, and it worked out that round. But I mean, that's only one round compared to the more you have to win to even get close to what MS's scoreline. And I mean, the next couple of rounds are really going to decide Maestria Esports' fate. I mean, obviously, 2 wins by MS, it decides it all. But even 1 win really just sets Maestria Esports back. And if MS do win the next round, even if they win 1 round in the next 3, their match point, and Maestria Esports will always be behind unless they keep on going, which Machine Soldiers did on Oregon. And like that round, it came back down to 1v1 obviously. 1v2 obviously. Adrian, when he found that crispy shot, right? But then the 1v1 him against
5
Steely,
seconds left
it's just
before
getting
insertion.
close, and I have a feeling Machine Soldiers is always going to be getting close until they win the round, and that's when Maestria Esports it's going to hit them, especially mental way, and being 3 rounds down, it's going to be a tough spot to come out to.
Attackers have
But I mean,
recovered their
obviously, it's Rainbow Six Siege. Anything can happen, and I've seen teams come back from 6-0s, and they've absolutely dominated 8-6. And you
Attackers
can't give
dropped the
any doubts to any team. Knowing MS, they will keep strong, especially with Adrian being on 10 kills, which is just something to point out there. Him feeling strong on Chile,
Attackers
push on that
recovered the
SMG 11 shotty combo. But yeah, on to Rambo.
I mean, okay, we can talk about Adrian, but let's not even mention how Billy's doing. He's 12-6. He's just going at it. I mean, have you seen how much Aruni kills? Him and the P10 Roni are just a perfect combo. The butter and the, I guess, jelly. Oh, butter and peanut butter and jelly. Oh. I just happened.
Jesus, Billy. I knew he was getting frags, but didn't know it was that many. Kill comes out from Venoms, takes out Vito's head, and speaking of Billy, he makes that 12-13, and 3-4 now, as Machine Soldiers are going to be 1 man down, and maybe Maestria Esports can pull another round out of the bag. Pull the rabbit out of the hat, which I do love to say, go ahead, Drake. Anyone watching? You know, the big rabbit out of the top hat. But I mean, with 1 minute 30 left, a lot of time for MS. I mean, not for MS, but for Maestria Esports to work with. Yeah, they don't have a lot of utility. Only 4 nades and possibility of maybe 3, maybe 4 Sophia charges, the lifelines and the explosive. But considering the situation as SCP takes out Denny, it's looking like Maestria Esports might take this one, and I actually don't know if... Yeah, I think he's going to go for nade. I do believe both players of Venoms and Adrian are the same. Actually, Venoms has a possibility of getting naded beneath, but I don't think the intel is there. And I think Sledge is going to be waiting for that intel. And he might pick a nade if and when needed. Yeah, he will be probably naded Bartons. Adrian finds a bit of a good headshot. That's the member with 13 kills down. Very winnable for MS to win this one out. Some information, some intel on the board, gives out the yellow pings, and I think for MS, one of them has to get aggressive to make it the 2v2, then they can play back. As soon as it's the 2v2, they can sit back and relax, especially with 1C4. No smoke grenades, but 1C4 can stop a plant, and that's all they need. Currently, and I mean, just the pressure from both angles, but I think 1 kill is all Machine Soldiers need to really even out and win this round.
The C4 goes out, as so does the smoke. Actually, the smoke player indeed. I mean, the SMG-11 downs 1, but not the final one, as round 8 will be quickly going over to the side of Maestria Esports. I mean, we hoped, you know, it was a 3v2 situation, and there was still actually some potential there. But the second, if that sludge could have been actually finished off all the way from Aqua, I believe, you know, the Mew didn't have to get distracted with finishing him. He could have focused on a bit more.
It's Solar, not Aqua.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it now? Yeah.
I'm used to calling. Yeah, it is Solarium. I just with the old team I had, I called it Aqua.
As soon as Chalet came out, I was calling it Aqua.
Attackers need to locate and
Oh
defuse bombs.
god. Oh, that has not happened in a while. Yeah, pretty much in Solarium, if the sludge could have been taken out by the smoke, I feel like there would have been a lot more potential. You know, the Mew didn't have to focus fully on that, and with that in mind, you know, it's actually a valiant attempt, but not good enough. And you know, MSA are actually going to be winning 2 rounds now, as they're making a bit of a comeback. It's 5-3. What was it? 5-1, I believe. So they're not doing too shabby. Not doing too shabby at all. And you know, too shabby. It's I believe it's a British word. I'm not quite sure myself.
Yeah, from my ends in it. I don't really speak like that, honestly. But,
Thankfully.
That's a talk for another day.
Let's leave that.
Could I imagine if I speak like that? If I cast like I caught in it, yeah, thinker,
I'd probably just
outside the window, in it. Oh my god, the thinker surge in it. Say in it after everything I say.
A bomb has been located.
I'd probably have a mental breakdown on stream.
Yeah, even I would. It feels really. I want to vomit when I speak like that. It's just really grim.
I don't know who says it though. Who intentionally, with you know some pride behind it, goes in it after every 2 letters?
It's weird, in it.
Please stop.
It makes me feel ill. honestly, just saying that. But moving on to the rounds in it. Oh god, I cut it, Bob. I need to stop saying it. Just, yeah, get out of the system. In it. I got out of my system. Boom, Venom finds kill on SCP. Great headshot. Makes it a 4v5. Maybe Machine Soldiers can pull it back. No, he told. He says no as he finds Agent, but Suki just keeps on responding with kills on kills. As 2 kills have been found out by Suki, which I've already said, and ADN onto Denny. 3v3, vertical control still in the hands of MS. We see discount on that window, but Maestria Esports, very dangerous. They've got members on their guns, on the crosshairs where Machine Soldiers are, and I don't think there's one player in that closet which he doesn't know. Suki will find a close gunfight, but will hopefully stay alive. Venom's just, and has used one of his smoke grenades, and does have 2 left, but we're really hoping to save them for the later game, but Maestria Esports, they've got 2 kills and not an opening which they need to push through, and Suki, very low HP. It takes out ADM, but with the instant refrag, I mean, ADM would have been alive if Suki wasn't whiffed upon, but Billy will find Venoms. 1v2 now for MS the clutch. Discount the second of the double Ds on the side of Machine Soldiers. Very winnable in this situation here. Steely and Billy left up clutch live. 50 seconds left remaining. Time is on the line. Diffuser is dropped though. Discount has the advantage. Still holding for the hatch, but with 40 seconds remaining, what's he going to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, we're going down to the last 40 seconds, and Discount, while he does still, the diffuser is not picked up by anyone yet, Steely and Billy, the ultimate combo of Goliath and Twitch, are still in the game, and they're ready to dominate. I mean, the diffuser is not in control of the Wamai player. I mean, it's not fully under his hands, and I don't think he even knows as the first kill gets dropped, but an instant refrag from the side of the F2, as of course, Billy will not be allowing any type of, any type of action to be going behind his back without him knowing, as that's going to be another round going to Maestria Esports, making it 5-4. The comeback, it's coming. 3 rounds won in a row, and done so pretty strongly. I mean, it weren't those type of rounds that depend on clutches, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say it's a 1v4 and they still manage to clutch it. It's a 1v3, a 1v blank, 1vx, whatever you want to call it. It's actual rounds that are won pretty well. They played it out perfectly, and they're doing momentum. Now, I'm wondering how Machine Soldiers, like of Maestria did earlier, I guess you could say, will they cut it off with a bit of a tactical timeout? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to see. And, I mean, at the end, it isn't necessary to work. It isn't necessary to be in their profit in, what they stand for. But it can still, of course, work. It's still not completely impossible, I guess. And of course, going back over to Baron Gaming, you're going to be giving this site a second try. It was close enough, so let's see what they can bring to us.
There is a lot to bring.
5 seconds left.
Well, I thought someone. Oh, yeah, someone did die. Venoms gets taken out by Discount trying to make a rotate or some head I mean, Bob, Maestria Esports already found the first entry. 3
I mean,
smoke
that's the
grenades
second
down.
time. Second time the team kill was delivered. Okay, no really.
I mean, just not good stuff for MS, considering that they are in a tricky situation where they've already lost bar gaming once, and they've lost I think 3 rounds in a row now. Looking like a sticky situation. Steely will be putting some pressure in the library in that top fireplace area, and that would be all Discount just caught off guard by Eto's on the jumping. Jump straight back out, but he doesn't actually know that Billy's gonna find Agent on main entrance. I mean, the fall of Machine Soldiers is starting to happen as all the entering members on Maestria Esports find their picks.
I mean, Machine Soldiers are looking at quite a bad, I guess, end of the middle of the game. As I mean, at the start they were 5-1. Now it's going to be around 4 rounds in a row. Just 1 for MSA. They're doing absolutely great, leaving Machine Soldiers with nowhere left to hide. It's a 4v, actually a 5v2 situation, and it's going to be quickly turned into that 2v4 and a 1v4 all the way from ADN, the Jaeger, or aka Suki, getting taken out as Denny is left alone and gets finished by ADN himself. The Zofia LMG will be sparing no lives, no souls to be left alive. They say 9mm bullets kills the body, but a 45 ACP does kill the soul, so that's kind of the feeling that LMG kind of brings over here, and it's brought onto an even score. It's 5-5 squishy. It was 5-1. It was 5-1 for, of course, Machine Soldiers, but now we're looking at an even score. And
Yeah.
Machine Soldiers, the only thing they can do right now to just
Oh no, they're wine. They're wine. They're wine. They're
Attackers
wine.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Please
as
play
they
this
can.
right. MS, come on, man. I mean, you've gone wine, and it's just, I say it all the time. I think my Esports can actually win the 7-5. If I'm being honest. Look at this. They're going to win this round. In my own, I mean, it's Garage. You know, I've played before. You've played before. We've seen it before. We saw Maestria Esports try and do it, but nothing worked. And, I think they're doing the same strat which Maestria Esports did. With the dining kitchen.
10 seconds remaining.
Is that right?
I do believe so.
Maybe
insertion.
maybe something's happened which I haven't seen. I'm not too sure. But I think
Attackers are
Maestria
heading out
Esports,
to defuse a bomb.
if it is their strat, they know exactly where the weakness is and they're gonna punish that. Just like Machine Soldiers did on their attack, and you have the Blitz as well. I don't know if that's gonna be a good entry on the main breach. And yeah, they're gonna be punishing the smoke grenades on that main breach. And I think considering that we've already seen Wine Cellar, same strat, and I've seen Wine Cellar, Maestria Esports are looking to win this round very comfortably. And you have the mirror window there on site, but Blitz is going to be rushing in. Flashes that mirror. Oh, he actually does flash the mirror. And it's too early. Billy falls. But Etos frags out Denny. As all MS's players rotate around, all facing this breach. Neither does Mansuki, as that said. But 3v4 now. Discount's going to drop in. All crosshairs of MS are facing that breach.
Blitz getting taken out the first, an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, a glass kill as well onto the side of Suki, and of course Denny getting taken out along with him. It's quite unfortunate. It's a 3v5 situation, actually a 3v4, my mistake. And they don't seem to be wasting much time or anything. I mean, this just leaves the attackers to cover a lot more ground, you know, pressure. Just everything is up until their hand. I mean, they completely left main breach, and I don't think the defenders have yet to realize this. I mean, Glass is still in the match. Glass is still looking fine and dandy, and he still has 2 smokes. Plus, actually, the Thermite has 2 smokes to, you know, aid him. And they're going to be going a bit more towards wine and, of course, laundry side as they start to push out trenches, you know, bag garage or small garage, whatever you want to call it. It's slowly going to be going to 2 main breaches at once. So if someone's still standing on main breach number 1 or, you know, in main garage, they could be looking for not only rotation, denial, and a lot of pressure on that side already, but also a lot of, I guess, a split-up defender lineup. Main breach onto wine. Oh, yes.
No. Alright. I'll take it from you, Bob. Thank you very
Please
much.
do.
Right, 1 left on the clock. 3v4 now. As it still remains. You've got 5 seconds left. All 3v3. As Aiden gets taken out by Venom's SMG-11. The push is going to have to come in. The plant is going to get some intel. Swing comes out. Pre-fires find Adrian down. And Venom falls as well. As a double kill from both Maestria Esports players. Find them another round. And the 1v3 left up for Discount to touch it. I mean, I called it. Wine Cellar. This is what you're expecting on an attack. It's a free attack. You've got too many breaches on the defensive side to hold. And
Attackers are
Maestria Esports, they push through all of them. I mean, it's a waiting game. Discount is just waiting to fall at one point or another. You got the LMG there, gonna hold him down pre-fire, and he will find the head of him. And I called it already. And it looks like Maestria Esports are on to winning this game. Winning the map.
I don't see the, you know, I guess the potential they get from going downstairs. I still don't see it. Downstairs, like you mentioned before, horrible idea, very punishable. Not only that, but just the worst idea they could have gone with. You know, even if you have this crazy, amazing strat in mind, it's still the worst sight in game. It's not, it probably, the strat they had, it's not like amazing and just uncomparable to other strategies, but I feel like all the strategy they have in mind for bar, kitchen, upstairs, all that type of stuff is it's not completely different. I mean, I still feel like other sites should be given a chance, while I'm going towards the direction of Machine Soldiers at least trying or attempting / testing if downstairs could work. But at this point it was too late. They should have done that a while ago. They should have done that when it was 5-1, 5-2, 5-3 at a stretch. But now it's 5-6 because of it. They tested it a bit too late, And well, this is where I got it. This is where it got them to this position, and they're fighting for all or nothing. I mean, they either lose this map or they win 3 more rounds in a row. And looking at themselves for a potential, you know, 2-0 take from Maestria, because last time it was Maestria Esports who won both of the rounds 8-6, and you know, maybe Machine Soldiers wants to take that glory back. You know, they want to be the one with a 2-0 score on their lead, or on their hand, on their back of their pad, or whatever you want to say, really. And I mean, it's gonna be hard because they don't. In the previous round, we saw a lot, and I mean quite a lot of adaptivity, and a lot of, you know, comeback potential, all that type of stuff. Just the momentum being insane. We're not seeing that in this round, not at least from my side. And yeah, but pretty much, of course, it's 1 more minute. It's actually almost been a minute, and not a lot of ground has been covered. I mean, they're starting to take it, but at least slowly. At least taking it slowly, but surely. You know, they want to take their time, they want to drone out everything and perfect it. But at the end, that could be looking at for themselves a bit of a disadvantage. You know, the smoke wasting your time at the end, as actually Danny almost gets taken out. A very risky play, but joining with discount. Oh my god.
I mean, discount this by stealing AO, and he does will fight back and get an instant trade back. And I mean, you know, 1 minute gone and 2 bodies already fallen. And I mean, in this scenario, I mean, Maestria Esports, they haven't really worked anything here. And in the next 20 seconds, they're going to be wanting to find some good controllers. The 1 minute 10 mark gives you enough time to execute on site with control in hand. But it depends how they want to play this out. 2 members are already on rappel. The runner will not find anyone. But some grass. I think SCP will try and rotate. You will hear.
Reloading, cover me.
You will hear Adrian running up the main stairs. But I think in this scenario, it's hit the 1 minute 10 mark. Maestria Esports still just waiting outside and 1 member lead. No real map control has been taken by Maestria Esports. You see 3 players on windows. And they managed to find a kill, and the pre-fight comes out. Then need this through and have that member on those windows trying to find the kill to Etos and Billy, but I mean, still, Machine Soldiers, all they need to do is hold their windows. That's about it. Another kill comes out, making it 2v4. Eto finds a triple. 2v3 as Billy gets taken out. Suki does find ahead of him. 2v3. And with 35 seconds left, it's looking like Machine Soldiers are going to lose this one out. Could this be the map on the line? 1v3 as SCP finds Suki. Venom's left in the 1v3 clutch for the map on the line. It's the 1-1 and no. E-Toils will make it happen as he finishes off with a quad kill, and Venoms will be the last one to fall before it all goes downhill in the side of Machine Soldiers from 5-1 up to 7-5. Maestria Esports winning. It's been a great showing from absolute both teams, one on Oregon and one of Chalet, and I think those TKs probably could have hurt them. Maybe if they didn't DK Bob, they could have won that round, but I think that's a story for another day. And Bob, what is the last map? Because again, I wasn't here for the start of it.
The last map we're going to be taking a look at, or the deciding map, is going to be Theme Park.
Theme Park. Oh, that's a good one. I can't wait to see that one. I mean, I don't think we've you hear Trip in the back say finally. I mean, never ever seen. All right, Bob doing some Christianity praying as he's a very religious man in that suit. But obviously, we've never seen Theme Park. We don't see that map a lot, and we don't see other maps. I mean, even when Consulate was out, we never hardly saw that map. I think once or twice at most. But I think it's good to see Theme Park. And for the next 10 minutes, we'll be heading onto a break. So refill your water bowls and get ready for Theme Park. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Takes out Danny, Gummy finds the 17th, but Danny with the swing and the trade back as Adrian finds a double. But Cold and Danny now 3 through, very critical here. Adrian, still very low HP, but no thinking to boost them back up. On the side of Petrorian, all 100 HP. Going for the flank was Rafa, but he dropped back. Shot down on the corner, that will be forever. And there goes the 1v3. Adrian
Got
finds
kill there on towards Spliz, but he does, I think, maybe a smart thing you'd have to say in terms of gun skill, but Blizzard's taken out there. Just the Thermite going in, and the plant was actually able to be gone down. Zawok gets another kill, Hunter trades out immediately, but Liquetta gets another. It's a 2 versus 1 situation, all up to Liquetta. He gets a triple kill in the van, a beautiful kill on towards that piano, and he's looking for the diffuser. Will he stick it? No, pros do not fake. And look what happens if you fake. No, he manages to get the quad kill. And what a way to start off.
But it is what Maestria is trying to do. You can tell that they obviously do not want to give up this second or first floor by any means necessary. But it always gives away his life by any means necessary. Player called Coles, and that's one of your main entry drivers off the board. Praetorians right now are working some type of pinch towards this meeting hall area, and there you go. They get the only player that exists on this first floor. But what they need to be focused on is SCP's position. He's already moved himself inside of Attic from the rear stage stairs, and they don't even know it. He's on top of the hatch, but it's a nice read from Bombi, who gets his second kill in the round.
Billy, we saw the Aruni get a lot of frags in the previous round, a 4K to be specific. That needs to replicate itself here. It will not. Bombi shuts him down.
But Suki does get that pick on the calls, and that is a huge pick. He's gonna try to fish for another one, but doesn't manage to get it at all. And instead, Danu managed to swing and get him, Suki.
Yeah, a lot. Back armory. Idea gets down, and Adrian also gets down. Finish off by Danny, finds double kill in the round. Up 2v3 is Danu. Finish off Adrian with the hatch, and Danny finds a double. 2v2 now, they know where both the players are, but Danny very low speed now on both sides. Just from 150, let him death cover. You just have smoke grenade getting directly close one. He is smoking it, will go between the it's shut down. Danu finds a quad kill on the very first round. You have that one kill, which just opens the door. We'll never see what comes with any. A bit of revenge on him, but it will be taken straight back out by Adrian. And I mean, one door opens and another door opens for inside of BTD. We'll find a second, but I mean, it's looking unrealistic to winnable. But I mean, nothing's over till the end. 3-5 comes out. He will run a triple. We'll find a 3 kill. He finds one. It's a left up to 1v1. I don't think he knows he's there. He will get between. Finds a quad kill. The 1v1 from the 1v5 actually. 1v4. Stun actually. Let's get a new angle for Bobby's going to swing around and he finds the ace. Welcome back here eternally. Today, me and Bob will be guiding you through the deciding map on Theme Park. We've seen both Oregon, Chalet 7-5 and 7-5 and I believe it was 8-5. No, 7-5?
7-5 yet again.
7-5 yet again, but opposite teams. And here at Theme Park, and I can't wait to see Theme Park. I think we're not going to waste any time. Straight into it. Both teams are ready, and I mean, I can't wait to see Theme Park. I've only seen Theme Park once in a Pro League game or anything competitive scene. Apart from that, it's just been ranked. And Bob, what are you saying of that big Theme Park? Because in my eyes, I mean, it's a great map, and oh, the sound of Theme Park it's nostalgic to hear.
It's unusual, I mean, to say the least. In comp, especially in T4, let's say, I don't know, EOL, G Cup, Talent League, just T4 in general, Theme Park is just that one dust that's left out. It's like, you just don't touch it sometimes, and I feel like we've gotten to that point where we have to, check it out a bit, and it's quite a decent map if you ask me. I mean, it has a lot of potential for both sides, while though I don't know the meta here, sadly. I don't know which side is more favored, which is not, since sadly I don't have
Defense.
experience. Defense?
By a lot.
All right. Oh, God. Well, then let's hope Machine Soldiers, can hold their ground. They've been doing it for, at least for the first map, but let's actually take a look at the bans. Of course, it's going to be the dynamic duo. This is the third map in a row where Thatcher and Kate has been banned. I mean, it's reasonable, but having them both in a game once would be also quite interesting once every in a while. And the second one also is going to be Flores. And I believe, actually, no, only one. Yeah, the previous match, it was also Flores who got banned, but on Oregon, it was good old Maverick. Number is going to be getting removed herself, although she had potential in the previous game, but not used quite a lot.
I just want to
Yes.
tell you something. There is an average of 60% win rate on Theme Park on defense. So it is a very defensive sided map. 62, 61% armory and bunk and 60% on lab storage.
I
So
mean,
there's-
yeah, but
there's fact.
what scares me most in the previous match, I do think that Mirror was used more downstairs than on any other site. Which is, I won't say concerning, but it's unusual.
Yeah, because you really have to worry about the vertical play on mirror.
Oh.
So, I mean, on to Army Throne Room, the most loved site on Theme Park. For the defenders and for the attackers, probably the most hated. But I think at a team at this level, they're going to get the breach without a shadow of a doubt. They've got nades, they've got utility
Attackers need to
to
locate
get the
and
gadgets
defuse
off the
bombs.
wall, and that will be Cade. Actually, Cade isn't banned. Aruni was banned instead of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
my God.
Cade. Because she usually get that Thatcher K combo, and I completely missaw that. Oh, I think Maestria Esports are going to have a good defensive time. Maybe 5-1. Obviously, you know, 40 still there, but I think 5-1 for most. I mean, the Cade. On Army Throne, if you lose with a Cade and Thatcher's down, I mean, unless one player went absolutely ballistic, I mean, it's looking like you're going to be having at least, you know, an 80% chance of winning the round and winning that site, because the power on Cade, especially on a map like Theme Park, where you've only got 2 doors which are there, and then the rest are, you know, have to be breached. And I think Machine Soldiers is going to do their best to get rid of those Cade charges, but I mean, with the mute jammers as well to stop those Twitch drones, if they decide to do in Twitch in the later rounds, it will be annoying. And also Valkyrie, there's so many operators on the board for Theme Park. It's such a wide map. It has such variety. So many operators have such power plays and power positions in this map. And Valkyrie as well, due to the, you know, such a large volume on this map. I mean, I bet you there's going to be some crazy C4s coming out. Especially with 3 C4s on the map.
I mean, yeah, actually, Throne Room, I feel is like a type of map where you have to make rooms. You have to make these entries. Like on most maps, you have a lot of doors, you have a lot of places you can get shot off, but Throne with those only 2 doors is a type of map that only you, the attacker, has to make these openings. But that's going to be actually the first kill delivered, joined by a double one with a C4 combo a bit, and that's going to be the Sledge and the Finka, both very strong, not only vertical-wise, but just nade and frag potential type operators that can be used in, you know, in the late game very much. And yet another nasty kill from the side of Alibi, the SMG being used to its fullest. A 2v4 is set down, but instantly tried the Ana as the Thermite on 1v4 situation. And the only one left out on the attacking side will be Thermite, as he actually does manage to finish off the Valkyrie. The Alibi being, of course, joined by a solo corpse, and that's going to be the one and only ADN. Jaeger with the 416 carbine, finishing it off with quite a nice shot into cash, I must say indeed. I mean, first round going to Maestria, I'm not surprised it did.
Yeah.
I'm really
Not
not.
surprised at all. I'm really not surprised. I know Theme Park, and I'm not surprised at all. It's Army Throne Room. There's a very slight chance that any attacker wins that, only depending if one person, as I already said, goes, you know, insane. And I believe we're moving on to, I didn't quite catch, I think Bunk, possibly?
Defenders,
That's my,
protect
that's
your
my
bombs
guess.
from being
Yeah, it will
defused by
be,
attackers.
actually, is it? I keep on doubting myself. Yeah, it is Bunk and Daycare. And obviously very good site, very strong sites, such as Army Throne Room. When on both sides, she's still got 2 doors on both sites. I mean, obviously that is a lot of entry points, but the angles you can hold it from, and the yeah, you already see the expansion through into oh God, please save me. What is that room on the right hand side? To castle.
Initiation?
Initiation. Thank you very much. Puffer mob.
10 seconds to go.
Anytime. I'm always here for the support.
You're just there telling me what's wrong, what's right. Where's that?
Here it seems like you're the one cutting out, but if I were speaking, I'm literally in my melting port currently. I'm feeling like ice on hot lava. And I love how I said hot lava, like lava in general isn't hot. That's quite an
Like
interesting...
Minecraft lava.
Exactly. Yeah, but pretty much, you know, while I'm here melting, these players are going to be bringing even more heat. So at the end of the day, I'll be from Ice Cube all the way to pure water, maybe even smoke. And they're going to be, you know, delivering the first blow. It's going to be an SMG 11. You always love to see it. Kill onto Adrian. So that's really the hot hand of the previous match taken out. And so is the Yana. So the amount of intel being taken out with her, and even nades, some frag potential with her joined, is quite a lot. So, you know, you're taking out not the smallest amount. Potential, the Valkyrie missing her shots. The Alibi, another kill onto Thermite. The only hard breacher besides Maverick, who takes up even more of time. Tsuki taking some damage himself. It's going to be the Nomad pretty surely closely getting taken out. I mean, the diffuser's job, she's going to have to pick it up, as the last 2 minutes are remaining, even less than that, 1 minute and 50 seconds. You know, the first damage actually does, the first couple of chunks of HP gets taken out from the side of Steely and Maestria in general, but it's still a 3v5 situation, and time is still being wasted pretty dearly from the side of Machine Soldiers. It's, you know, it's quite a tongue twister, Machine Soldiers,
Yeah,
sometimes.
I always say machine shoulders.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
It is like that. But you know, we have to deal with that as Steely takes even more HP. He's on his last breath, it seems like, but still, no killer's blowed, no actual, you know, deliveries being made. As nades are starting to get thrown out. Maverick's trying to get any type of situation he get. I mean, if they get in a 3v5 with Steely still alive, they will have the HP, and actually a 3v3 with Steely still alive, they're gonna have the HP advantage. The info goes out from the proximity mine as Denny actually starts pushing in.
Yeah, and I mean, 50 seconds left to work with a 5v3. It's so hard to entry on a map like Theme Park on 3 out of the 4 sites which are there to choose from, and only 3 of them are really chosen. And ADN, he'll prove that to me. He takes out Venoms, and ADN will manage to escape away, but he will fall. 4v2 now initiated. In the initiation room will be Suki, and both supported, well, not supported by, but actually an enemy ADN. But then he just take out SCP. That being said, 20 seconds remaining, time's ticking. ADN wasting quite an amount of time. He doesn't need to peek. He's got the power play. If he wants to peek, he can take out both of these players both in initiation room. 10 seconds left. Walking into the crosshairs will be Denny, but he manages to find Stevie and finishes him off. Still have to worry about that flank kill. Etors makes it Suki. Last ADM with a triple kill will be Denny. Quad kill to clutch, but no time left. All he has to do is hide, and ADN wins that round, and it's so difficult to enter on Theme Park. ADN did a great job wasting too much time, and Machine Soldiers could not handle it.
They really could not, and that's going to be another run going to side of Maestria. I mean, they're looking at themselves to have a lot of momentum. I mean, they have a lot of very strong meta-like operators on their hand. Cade, I was going to say Maverick, but that's not a defender. Valkyrie just being brought out. I mean, still, and that, plus it being a defender-sided map, it's just looking in their favor more and more, and let's hope. We're gonna see if Machine Soldiers can actually turn it around once they get their chance at a bit of a comeback. Because right now it's seeming like Maestria is gonna be going, I'm saying 4-2 or 5-1, and they're just absolutely in the position for it. I mean, they have everything settled down for them. They just need to play their cards correctly, not, you know, rush out and get really greedy. Like that round that we just witnessed was very close by Machine Soldiers. I mean, if the Finca fully went into, you know, just actually pushed Jaeger from the right direction, not, you know, switching it up to the left and pre-firing all the way into mid, it should actually could have worked. So, you know, it was really close. I mean, everyone got a bit greedy, and it was perfectly played. But, of course, Machine Soldiers ran out of time, and that's the one thing that's bad about being an attacker. You're always on a time limit, and the only time you're not is when you plant the diffuser, but you have to get to that spot. You have to breach site, you have to do everything, as we see Denny with a lead from the team. So it's already Machine Soldiers. I mean, Maestria Esports are just looking at an even better situation. Not only do they have perfect, you know, a map for defenders, good operators on hand, and a lot of meta operators, but they're also, you know, going against one player less now without even taking out any utility on him. And another one gets taken out. It's already the 4v3 as it's get made by the Ana player. It's a 4v3 situation. They're starting to try and take ground. And the Valkyrie right now just in tellers by Gong. But I don't think that they're going to do anything about her. They're probably going to ignore her as the first minute is down, and Denny has rejoined us, but that's not going to give him his HP back. Most certainly not.
Wing comes up from Steely, and SCP does find a discount. Close gunfights on this stairwell. I mean, those Valkyrie cams really going to use easy C4 killing. 2v4, 2 entries, Suki and Adrian, 4 nades, 2 guns. They can do it if they want to. They will go for swing. They will get Binto at extremely low HP. 1 bullet fat, but no Suki. Will let down Adrian. Adrian just found a double. He needs the ace to clutch, and I'm not saying it's not winnable, but with Maestria Esports in their positioning currently, I was thinking like it will be a tough one for that. He doesn't have diffusion hand. One on the stairs, one to his left, and he tries to get the ADS, but instantly shut down by the member on the stairs. But I mean, Adrian, I mean, you got the ADSs. I possibly might go for the nade. Yeah, he will go for the nade on the man forward. Like Steely, actually. Too sure. The swing comes out. He does find the shot by ADN instantly there for the refrag. And there goes the 3rd round on Theme Park. And it's always going to Maestria Esports on this defensive side.
And, you know, it's looking quite good. And now they're going to be forced back either into lab or just throne room since, you know, they won 3 in a row. And yeah, they're going to be picking throne room with the Cade and Valkyrie still in hand. And, you know, let's hope the missing convenience of Machine Soldiers, one of their players leaving, doesn't reappear or happen yet again. And while we do still hope, nothing can guarantee it. Let's just see how it plays out. I mean, yet again, Maestria is just all they need to do is play their cards right, not be too pushy, not be too aggressive, not too passive, know how to play, and that's just a part of being a competitive player. You know, playing when is right. And if they do that, I mean, everything else is set out for them. They just need to put down their strats, and I mean, it's fully in their advantage. It's like 75% of a win rate, I would say, just because of how many things are being brought up on them. Now, I'm not saying that Machine Soldiers won't have the same priorities or the same, you know, privilege when playing defense themselves. So, while though it is quite possibly a big chance for it to end up a 70 or a 6-0, Machine Soldiers will still have quite a chance at a comeback as long as, you know, Maestro doesn't absolutely just become cracked out of nowhere and start headshotting, one-tapping everyone. And yeah,
Yeah. Well said there, Bob. Well said.
thank you.
I wish your name was actually Bob. It's a really good name.
So do I.
Bob. It's really simple and effective. Oh, whoa. It's that Black Eye's doing him well. As he absolutely obliterates Jenny Century Rule, and that's 1 entry down the drain. 2 nades gone as well, as he follows. I mean, Machine Soldiers are switched up at the tech. They're not doing the 5-man push. They're going from the opposite sides. 2 Cash and 2 Free Cafe. 2 SCP. He did it last time and he does it again. Venom's completely not ready for that one as he stays on 0 kills and 4 deaths. Steely will find a double in the round as he takes up this camp, but I mean, 2v5. Maestria Esports already taking this advantage of 3-0. I said it was going to be 5-1, but at this rate, it might as well just be 6-0. Swing comes out, whiffs the shot on Adrian. I mean, just a centimetre away of ADN's head. I don't really want to say whiff, but I'm going to say whiff because I'm quite harsh. 1 minute 50 left. A lot of time to work with Machine Soldiers, but considering that they're 3 man down, and they're in a 6 situation, might be 4 men down. Suki's got to fight 2 angles at once. 1 door, 1 window. I think that might actually be a Valkyrie cam facing Cafe, and Adrian will find a City. That's 1 down, but the triple for Steely. He takes out Suki. Quad kill is on the line as Adrian will try and go for the nade. He does have a camera in there, and he will do exactly that. Double kill. Ace to clutch it out. Adrian, being in this position already on this map, we'll have to do it again. You are Armory Throne Room. The swing comes out. He finds a great shot on E-Toils, but the 1v2, and then there's 2 doors to push from, but there are 2 members to hold it. It's looking like it will be a difficult one. It's a 1v2 scenario. The 1 to his left, 1 to his right. Maestria Esports playing this correctly. Can actually go for the push in. Yes, he does. Adrian playing close right. Gonna go for the swing. Go for the jiggle peek. I don't actually think he knows he's there. They're playing a close angle. They've still got this double cross on Adrian. They know he's there. He's going to go for the swing. Extreme low HP, and he's swung out with the shotgun from B with the M590801. I believe that shotgun is called. And the round goes back to Maestria Esports as they complete their cycle of sights. And I mean, he got it close to the 1v2, but on that site, you got that crossfire 4-0 as Machine Soldiers just struggled to find their first round.
I mean, I was sucked into the round. The Yana was actually very close. It was a 1v2 at the end. And I feel like she had potential. You know, it was the underdog situation. And I most of the time am for the underdogs. I absolutely hope they win. Yet again, I'm not wishing.
I quote Bob, I always support the underdogs.
Hell yes. Let's go. That is absolutely epic. It's just satisfying to see them win. It's just better.
Yeah, because the thing is, when they do clutch, you know, me and Bob get really hyped, and it makes us happy. It makes Tripping give us more money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, Tripping, but it's a fact. It's not something you can deny. But jokes out of the way, yeah, it's 4-0. And what do you think Machine Soldiers need to improve on, Squishy? What do you think they can do to stop this streak?
I mean, I think they need to just forget strats, forget breaching. You need one person to run in there and just kill them. See, this is gonna be better. He's got the Ying. Oh, they've got actually they're going for a rush. They've got the Amara and the Ying and the Thinker as well to go with the side for the Thinker surge when and if needed. But the thing is, on theme park, it's such a defender-sided map. There's no way you can really break through by breaching because there's too many angles to hold from. Unless you want to breach every single wall. If you want to bring a thermite or let's say an ace, there's 3 breaches. There's 4 walls you can breach on initiation throne, for example. Obviously we're on bunk daycare, but let's say initiation throne. You need to get at least 3 to complete the angles, which aren't being covered. But I think Maestria Esports, they're gonna. I mean, not Maestria Esports, Machine Soldier. They're gonna do what I said, and they're gonna go for the rush. Steely finds out Denny, while so you can just take out one. Steely finds a double kill in the round. Oh, and Maestria Esports, it's all in their hands as Billy adds on to the kill count. Finds out discount. I mean, obviously, I didn't mean like a full rush. Doing the job. Billy 1v3 now for Benny. Like, Ito's very. Oh my god, this is very winnable now. If you see the HP of both Steely and Ito, they're very low. To Steely, 1v2 now. Yinkadelis is still in his hand if he wants to use them. He's got 2 left. 1 minute 35. There is a camera behind him. I don't know if he's got it. One will be in that back room. 1 Peter's left. I mean, again, Maestria Esports always playing this crossfire. Candela's going to go out. Does he have to cover? Oh, but Ito swings before the Candela goes out and Venoms will fall. I mean, yeah, the rush wasn't really there. It was all up to Venoms, and it's always going to a 1vx inside of Machine Soldiers. When I said play aggressive, I mean all you need is 1 man to find 2 kills. You need to find the opening, which isn't there. You have to do it yourself. And yeah, you can try and find breaches, but you need to get a man in there. Your gadgets won't do it for you. The gun has to do it.
Oh, I mean, it was a rush. It was well attempted, but at the end, it was still back to the underdog situation. It was a 1vx and being brought down to a 1v2. Well, it was close. The pre-fire really wasn't unexpected, and sadly, that's going to be 5-0 for Maestria, so they win 2 more rounds, and I mean, this round is still very winnable for them. They still have a high chance. They're looking at a good site, good situation, good operators, just better placement, better everything. Yet again, they just need to play it a bit more right than the usual. They're going to be looking at a 6-0, and although Machine Soldiers are going to be having the privilege as well of being in an extremely good area, an extremely good biome, I guess you could say like that, time and place, whatever. But Maestria Esports just seem to have like this a lot more, I guess, counter-attack. You know, they're playing against the odds a lot better than you could say Machine Soldiers. Machine Soldiers, I mean, right now, they can get 1 round, but it's gonna be not that amazing yet again. It's gonna be like an okay thing, you know, 1 round's better than nothing, as a spawn pick actually is going to be coming out. He almost gets it, but gets taken out. Nothing like that. A pistol from Venoms delivered onto SZP, as of course, you know, they're not going to be allowing such aggression to come out just out of nowhere. The castle seems to be expecting a bit of a hatch drop, just like earlier pinging it. He's like, you know, I think they're going here, but really a bit more maintenance and dragon-sided, to say the least. I mean, they're already on windows, balconies, or roof. They're just trying to take down and wall underneath the enemy team, just like spiders, I guess you could say. Just take him from the back, you know, take him when they still have the chance, and just that unexpected attack. As Kappa gets taken out, a very nasty shot from Billy. He's been going at it. Suki taking some damage as well. As Venoms is playing, let's going absolutely in it, you know. The line scan does come in, but actually, a very nice shot indeed. That's going to be, of course, Steely taken out. No more C4 potential, as Blitz is going to be getting himself a 2nd kill in the round.
2nd kill.
I do believe
yeah,
he got...
I think he got that first. Yeah, he did. The Suki will take out Ito's 2v4 now. I mean, Machine Soldiers, finally, they've tried everything. Now they've got the Blitz, and it might be the one thing which has worked out, but it's on the last round. Oh, a crispy flick onto Venoms from Billy. Sorry, took me a while. But ADN does take out Adrian. 1v2. Well, 1v3. Oh, he's actually got Diffuser there as well, Bob. This is a dangerous position for Machine Soldiers. The 1 round which they could have won. The pre-fire comes out from the head goal. Suki, extremely low HP. The EED comes out, but nothing really happens with that. ADN, he's got 2 men to find out. Discount on his close right, I believe. Actually, does look at Suki on his close right. He manages to stay alive, but no. Instantly shut down as he swings the headshot, but Discount cleans it up. And the first round of Machine Soldier, the whole entire theme park, finally goes their way as they now head onto the defensive side. And I mean, if Maestria Esports copy what MS did on the attack, it's looking like it'll go to overtime. But considering that Maestria Esports looking like they've got a bit more experience on Theme Park, considering their game style and their gameplay on it. It's looking like they might take the win here, Bob.
Oh, I mean, what was the score earlier on in Chalet after? Actually,
7-5.
right?
Oh,
It
5-1,
was
5-1.
5-1 right before the roll swap, or
Attackers need
actually
to
right
locate
on
and
the roll
defuse
swap.
as many
It
bombs
was
as they
5-1,
can.
so I'm feeling it again. I'm having those tingles where the caster's curse is being brought, you know. You don't want something to happen if you're a caster, but that's exactly what's going to happen to you. That's kind of the curse us casters bring, so let's hope we don't forbid these players of winning or just losing. Of course, making the enemy team lose. Now, yet again, the potential is there, but I'm a bit bothered that Machine Soldiers actually denied a Valkyrie. Valkyrie still being extremely good, and there's a decent
10
amount of
seconds left
verticality
before
on this
insertion.
site. You know, it's not too bad, and nades still being dropped very easily, but
5
Valkyrie
seconds
could have
left
been
before
a
insertion.
very good picker. Especially on upstairs, you know, there's a lot of these spots that are very
Attackers'
hidden,
objective is to
but
locate a bomb
also,
and
you know,
defuse it.
very informational. Now, we're going to have to see what, of course, Maestria Esports can bring out here, and there's going to be a Monty. There's going to be a big old chunky shield ready to protect anything, as a spawn peak was actually is going to be brought out, and it seems like that. So what would the plan with the Monty be here?
I mean, I think Monty's just a good shout on Theme Park because it can shut down those angles and let your players. It can shut down the angles which the defensive are holding, but give the advantage to the attackers to take them out. And I think it's just a good pick. It's a safe pick to win rounds. But that being said, I think Etos gets caught by the C4 from Agent. Billy actually catching the head of Discount at Top Dragon. I mean, Maestria Esports looking like a very, basic default. But as I said, simple, effective, it does work if they use it correctly, if they do it effectively enough. And, they're going for the Dragon side. They're in maintenance. Not maintenance. They're in barrels right now. They're going to try and go for the breach. But considering their meat jammers there and Agent is just waiting for the meat jammers to go, he's ready to put those K. Yeah, I think the K claw's going to be thrown about now. I actually don't know if that... No, the K claw doesn't... Yeah, it does get thrown right at the very end to shut it down. I mean, K claw chicken is very powerful. That being said, Discount find Etos eventually on that Top Dragon window in cash area. I mean, with 1 minute 35 left, Maestria Esports still struggling to get that breach. And all Discount just adding on to the
Bomb
difficulty
located by
of
attackers.
this round. I mean, it's theme park defense here, ladies and gentlemen. It's what you expect.
Wow, I have not seen that Monty skin up. That is very good Monty skin if you ask me, but it's not going to be enough to, keep him away, as the Thermite actually does come out and help good old Montaigne. And while the Monty is pretty low, he can still put up a fight, getting closer and denying any type of, peek from the defensive side. Thermite did manage to get a kill in his hand, but it's down to the last minute. They don't have much of a breach or much of a plan at this point. It seems like Monty's just trying to play it really aggressively, seeing the bit of a rotation. He's trying to play it safe. While there was some aggression going after the player, he's now playing it a bit more safe, trying to check, trying not to risk a 2v4 situation. As C4 brought out, but it's a 3v4 situation, and in the last 40 seconds, they're gonna have to go for a bit of... I feel like they're just gonna go for the door. They're gonna go for the forbidden door, or just split, as people call it. As actually Adrian gets taken out, very nice shot. It's down to the last 27 seconds, and it's a 3v3 situation. Of course, HP is not favored at all, and a 4v1 for the flank. The castle, Denny, calm down. You've given these people enough of a run already, but just have to bring it more and more. No mercy, trying to go for smoke shots, and I think they're going to meet each other in any second. Then it gets taken out. It's a 3v1, and he will be finished off by Venom's deadly shotgun, the smoke shotgun.
What is smoke shotgun name? I'm genuinely curious what the actual name is. See if I get it right. The M590A1. I was right, Bob. I was right. I think the black ice just makes it look cooler. That was a good way to finish that round off. And I mean, Bunk Daycare will be the secondary site, which Machine Shots were going very basic. We've seen it before. We've been there, done that, but still no Valkyrie on the lineup. We see Cade. Now, Cade is not too familiar on Bunk Daycare, because you usually need to open lines of sight, and it's not worth it placing it on one wall. That's why you have that mute there. But I mean, depends how they're going to play this out, right? They have different plays. You either sprint into initiation, or you play sight and you hold, that cafe upper arcade area. I think they will be doing the exact same thing Maestria Esports did. The same strat which they're doing, and I mean, I mean, I said this last time, and it was true. If Maestria
Attackers
Esports,
have discovered the
they
location of a
know
bomb.
that strat. I believe it is the exact same strat. Yeah, the same rotates, same head heights, same head holds. I mean, I don't know if this is a machine, so I was like copy the strat kind of strat, if you know what I'm saying. Or, I mean, but Maestria Esports,
10
there's
seconds
going to be a
left.
hole in the strat. And I can kind of see a hole just looking from this bird's eye view.
5 seconds
It's
left.
going to be the cafe, you know, upper arcade side. That's, you know, there's not a lot of utility base
Attackers
there.
are moving to
I
defuse
feel
the
like
bomb.
if Maestria Esports push through there, they can easily win the round. And with that Montaigne just taking so much map control on that side, I mean, it's looking like all is on the line. But I mean, it's all up to the IGL's decision and what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, why did my tones change so much? I sounded like one of those American bullies. Yeah, dude, let's go and get it. No, but anyways, off of the topic, I'm actually surprised, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Squishy, but is this the first time we're seeing Jackal?
It is. Oh my god, I thought Jacko was. There's so
Jacko-
many operators which are good on theme park. You can only ban 2 on attack and you only ban 2 on defense. There's so many. I'm not surprised. I mean, thank God Jacko's being pulled out on theme park. I'm actually surprised. I didn't even think about it at the time, but I mean, knowing the roam game and how big theme park is, it's like Bank. Jacko's just such a vital player to bring in. I mean, I've completely forgot about him.
And, you know, it's the 8th round, and only now they're using him in all 3 maps. Actually, I believe... Yeah, no, he was not banned once. Oh my god. That's quite a phenomenon. I mean, at least they brought him out at the end of the day, but just like Mira, he's a bit of a waste to not use. He's very strong. The roamers do not have much of a chance. An extremely good ability with smokes to, you know, waste some ADSs or anything like that, but then the guns as well. Like, the guns are just out of their minds. I mean, what else do you need on this man? He's an absolute perfect roam killer. As the first actual blow was delivered onto Discount, and this is going to be going into the Maestria side. Of course, a C4 did actually almost finish off Steely, but that C4 won't be enough to take him out. The Twitch will be going back to their feet with a good old adrenaline pat on the back from the Finka player. Droning out, they have a minute left, and they're actually very close to, you know, clearing out a decent chunk of, I guess, the breach, what they need, the essential parts of this match. But there's still a bit of a problem. Venoms with the Cade Claw. Actually, both of them used, but there's still a C4, so, you know, there's still some type of kill, multi-kill potential. And, I mean, if they can get a bit of a blow or a bit more pressure on the side of Maestro, they're going to be looking at a pretty discomfortable position. I mean, there's still a lot of utility to be used, and the holds are strong, but with the Monty in hand, it's going to be all coming down together anytime soon.
Yeah, Monty's gonna have to be used to his full potential to win this round out. The nade, actually, I think they know the nade's there. I think he might prep it sooner or later. But, you know, that number's close there, and instead
Seconds
just
remaining.
Billy Red shot the hat, 15-second mark drops. 4v4 as Adrian takes out a member and Suki and an Aki will add on to that. Now we're 1v3 now, all left up to Etos on the left hand side. Venomson, Suki finding kills. 1v2 as Etos fight 2. 1v4 actually, the quad kill but no ace. No ace for Etos, but he managed to find a good quad kill, a good clip you could say. But it wasn't enough to win the round, and again, Maestria Esports, they don't find another attacking round, and I mean, maybe if they pushed Cafe, which I said, but I think the IGL, he's not, see, I said this about, I think it was on Chalet, they're thinking like too less now, they need to look around, obviously simple and effective, but like you have to keep your choices open and make sure that you have variety in your pushes, because there was definitely a hole there.
Defenders,
I don't know
protect
if you
your
saw
bombs
it, but
from being defused by attackers.
I kind of addicted to the theme park, and I know what I'm talking about. But I think there was a hole there, upper arcade, because no one ever actually pushes upper arcade ever, not even in ranked, in competitive, nowhere. And that's the hole which defenders don't expect to be pushed from. But enough from that. We
Attackers have
have
located a
machine
bomb.
soldiers going lab storage. Now, this is a 52% win rate, I believe, on the defensive side, and that's a lot less than the 60%, 62% one on all 3 other
10
sites.
seconds
And I
left
mean,
before insertion.
could this be Maestria Esports' way to get match point?
5 seconds
I mean,
left
it's happened
before
once, so why not let it happen again? And it seems like we're going to that direction. It's been 5-1, and it seems back to 5-3. We didn't believe it was going to happen earlier, but I mean, it's certainly going that direction yet again. And you know, earlier when you said you're addicted to cafe, I thought that was going to a different direction. Like I'm addicted to crack, coffee, you know, all that type of stuff. I thought that
I
was
meant
going
theme
into.
park. I meant theme park.
Thank God you did. No, but yeah. With that in mind,
I'm addicted to drugs.
let's not support that and give people ideas, shall we?
Let's not clip that either. I think that's a good
Chirpin,
idea.
please just let me out of your base. Anyways, you know, it's 2 minutes and 23 on the clock. It's all. I mean, the
He's not
defenders are
feeding
still
us.
holding. Shh. He's getting a punish. Anyways, it's all coming down. I mean, Cafe's being pretty brutally challenged. Of course, Jaeger still needs to back off while he's taking some HP. He's actually going to manage to get a double kill on his own, taking out the Zofia and the Fenka. They're going to be no match for his 416 carbine. What an absolute mad lad he is, as Suki's going to be, you know, tabbing out. He's going to be letting Valkyrie do some of the job while the Monty is still alive. He failed to protect his, you know, fellow teammates. He tried his best, but his best was not enough. Now, it's a 3v5 situation, and speaking of the devil, a triple kill from Tsuki. Will we be seeing an ace? The first time in our BO3, Yana is down, and it doesn't seem like we'll be going into that direction. And it's going to be Tsuki with a frost trap, finishing it up with a very nice and deadly flawless round. And that's going to be, no, that's going to be squishy. It's going to be 5-4, meaning one more round and they're going to be evened out.
I mean, I actually think Maestria Esports could lose this. I mean, they're going Armory Throne again, and just back to the cycle. And if they can't break the cycle, Machine Soldiers, they've kind of already won. And as I said, all you need is one player to break through that door, to break through the hole, which is only slightly closed. You need to push it out and just absolutely, don't hold back and just break. So that's the only way you can do it on Theme Park. You need one man to fight 2 kills, like Suki did. You find 2 kills and boom, round's over. You've got that man advantage. A 2-man advantage is such a big advantage, and it does play a vital part in the later part of the round when you don't have enough utility. There isn't enough on the board to clear it out, and I mean, Maestria Esports, they're running the Montane again, but last time I saw it being used, it wasn't really used to half of its potential.
I mean, they're really insistent on this Monty play. Because, okay, you've been speaking for a lot, and I'm just gonna ask you this one more thing, but do you feel like this Monty is that essential and that needed, or could it be switched off for something better?
It can definitely be switched off for something better. But the thing is, like, if you use Monty correctly, it's a guaranteed win. Right? The defenders, they don't know how. Yeah, you can C4, but you can't really handle a Monty when you've got a player or 2 behind it. And if you use it well and use it correctly, it can find you a few rounds. It can find you opening pits. It can find you double, triple, or even quad kills, and it can find you the site. Site is what you're looking for, and considering Monty, it can take so much map control. As all you need is some support from that Monty, and give it a door to push into. It can keep on opening more and more doors, giving it more and more space. So like in back throw, where you see Kade having C4 in that area, that was a crispy kill. But back into my conversation, Suki really disrupts me. I mean, as soon as you get the Monty in there, you've completely cleared out sight. You can hold split and you can hold double kill when you're in sight if you get that sight control. But Monty can only be used to its full potential if it's given that freedom.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, fair enough if played correctly, but it doesn't seem to be used to its full potential.
No,
And
I don't think they've practiced with Monty, from what I see.
I mean, if they're using him in the strategy, they must have, or maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's not just the usage of Monty, maybe just this, you know, unknown, this not obtained knowledge or scrimmage against people in theme park in general.
No. I think this guy might actually find the kill. Why he misses it?
Well, second away, it was just like a Scooby-Doo episode. They're missing themselves by, you know, inches at this point. And as we're going right below a minute and a half, it's really stressful right now for Maestria. I mean, it's a 4v5 situation. They're wasting a bit too much time and they're not getting anywhere. I mean, what will Machine Soldiers even have to try that much? They don't even know, but they're staring at each other, the Nomad, and of course, Discount himself. The operators don't even realize that there's, of course, a roaming Malusi ready to take out anyone in her sight. And while they're trying to get breached, I believe there's also a C4 ready to take him out any second. The Kate gets placed down, and this Thermite is ready to take any precaution. I mean, we're below the last minute. And this Monty, you know, he's blocking off Dragon, but I feel like he'd be a bit more useful pushing with someone onto split, maybe cutting out the full rotation there, anything like that. As another kill from, of course, Dan the man, just Danny himself, is going to be taking out the, I believe that was Finka.
Yeah.
Correct.
All going on. But, I mean, there's 20 seconds left. There's not much to say. There's really not much to say. Unless one member runs in there and kills all three of them and flicks them all in the head. Yeah, see, there goes one, there goes another, and, you know, Monty left alive with his full shield up, and, TK discount. I mean, a bit of a flex on there, but, yeah, nothing. There's not much to say about the round. I mean, played incorrectly. 5-5 now. MS have caught back up in the defense, and, I mean, whoever... I mean, honestly, Bob, I think MS are going to take it.
I think that as well. I mean, it's just like previous round, It was Chalet, of course. Maestria Esports are going to be taking the tactical timeout. Right now, they lost 4 rounds in a row. They were at a 5-1 lead just like before, and history is repeating itself. And it's sadly not working in their favor. And let's hope at least this timeout, this tactical timeout, actually does work in their favor. Now, with that in mind, it's quite hard. While it is defender side that have Cade, Valkyrie, I feel like machine soldiers are just not using everything they should be. Like a Jackal instead of a Monty, or something to give them that fragging potential. Because you see how aggressive machine soldiers
And
are.
also, I just want to add on to that, quickly before I forget. Like, yeah, you need that frame potential because all the rounds are coming to like 1v4s, 1v5s, and you need to find kills or you ain't winning rounds. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, Monty's not the operator to do it. Monty's the type of guy that blocks you out, that maybe denies kills from getting in, but not 100% of, not 100% of denying it. While Jackal does give a huge, blowback to the rumors, a huge worrisome, not only with a good gun, smokes or a claymore to deny it, but with just good tracking abilities in general. Now that gives you so much advantage. You can literally just get wall buyings sometimes off of the top of your head. And I don't know why to waste that potential with Monty. If you don't know if you haven't practiced Monty 100% of the time, not much of a reason to pick him. And it seems like they're listening to us. They're going to be switching it out for a bit of a zero. So one of the operators that can pretty much do everything himself, and a strong operator at that. Theme Park has either just long hallways that extend into rooms which you can use the cams for perfectly, or just big rooms in general. Like, let's say, you have arcade. It's a double-floored room, pretty much. There's like this one big place. Same with, armory. It's a very extensive places that you can use these cameras for a lot of intel. Now let's just hope they don't 6-switch to Monty, and then they should be fine. I feel like, Maestro could be actually looking at quite a good chance of winning themselves. They expanded into Nomad. Okay. No more flank watches needed as much. And then you have Finka Sludge, just fragging potential on the Twitch to back up with the ace is just perfect. So it seems like this loadout should be working out quite fine for them.
I mean, you did see the thermite being shot up with the slaves, but I think that's what you're missing. You need to get all, because there's so much to hard on a map like Theme Park, and you need to cover these angles, which which the defensive side in general are holding from. And I think that maybe it was a mistake because there's not much to soft breach. Apart from the 4 lanes, I mean, if you really want to live valley, maybe bring a Maverick. And manage to sight to the side. I mean, see how it really ends out. I mean, the C4 comes out, I believe, from Adrian on that Valkyrie cam again, and I don't think he can replicate what Maestro did to him, but the kill on the hatch will be ADN, actually. That was a bit delayed on my end, but discount will fall. That being said, ADN should have really taken out Denny, but considering the trade back, not much of a big deal. Steely does take out Suki. That brings her 3v4 now. And Steely and both Denny are very low HP. You would technically call it a 2v3, but their presence alone actually can do a lot. And I think it will get Steely back up to somewhat of a HP. And with initiation now reinforced off by machine soldiers, and I don't think Maestria Esports have noticed that. Look at them. They've all rotated back to site and they're still wasting utility. Yeah, I think Steely's going to try and outgive the intel. I mean, just look at that. An ace charge already gone down the drain, which could have been used later. Yes, we'll have to see how they're going to use it. Some presence top main stairs. will give a bit of annoyance. His agent is the L. Give him a bit of annoyance to Maestria Esports from this attack now. With 1 minute 10 remaining, this is the time. This is like the time management, which always is like, you know, basic. 1 minute 10 is where you want to be looking to execute on site. Trying to find out a plan to really shut down the remaining defenders on site. Considering that Denny is very low HP and with only 3 smoke grenades left and no C4s on the board. Oh, that was a good shot. That was a negative pixel shot from Agent onto Billy. But as I said, on to the round, 45 seconds left. Venom's got 2 smoke grenades left and 40 seconds remaining. Then he put it out the bag as Ito finds Agent. The refund comes out. It's now 2v3. It's initiated. 30 seconds left on the board. Then he's still very HP and only 1 smoke grenade left. Then he's going to be playing very aggressive, playing his life well, correctly. And I mean, the fuse are not in the hand of any of the attackers at the moment. And oh, Denny gets caught off guard. He couldn't choose his decision. I mean, Venom's left alive. Could this be Maestria Esports' first attack? He finds one to steal a 1v3. Smoke grenade is in hand. But the diffuser isn't. They're going to have to play so aggressive. And he's going to find one. Could the 1v3 be in play? The 1v1. Playing shotgun close. He will find it in the 1v3 clutch from Venom's. The most vital round for Maestria Esports to win. They chanced ahead. They didn't have the diffuser. And it was all down to that impact frag onto the ace. And there goes Maestria Esports' first chance to win that attacking round. The one time they've gotten close, but Venom's, he holds his guard down as machine soldiers. They are on match point.
What a tactical timeout used to its full potential. I mean, they absolutely dominated. They switched out the Monty for a bit more fragging potential, and it works. But even then, even when it worked, it still didn't. Machine Soldiers, Venom's is just on another level. He's built different, manufactured in another way. With those absolute, I bet he has 6-packs, but with the shotgun in hand, he's...
Yeah, he has a 12-pack.
Oh my god.
His biceps are bulking.
He is the Chad in definition.
Big
But
Chad.
holy, you put him on mute, give him an SMG-11, a smoke, actually, just a shotgun in general, and a dream, and he'll fulfill it. I can guarantee you that much. Venom is just bringing up the heat like it's not like I'm not sweating enough. Come on. Holy, and that's going to be 6-5, so Machine Soldiers, you know, it's either they can right now just go into the victory, you know, they can win 5, make a comeback from 1 to 5 on their side, or just, you know, make it go all the way into overtime match point. And yeah, I feel like that's a bit targeted towards me. I'm going to be offended if they do that, because it's going to be like, let's torture Bob going into overtime. But yeah, with that in hand, let's actually see what we're going to be being brought on. The loadouts are still the same. We're going to have an interesting operator being brought into lab, and of course office again. It's going to be the Frost. She got a kill once. She'll probably do it again. It's an unexpected operator, and you know, while you're trying to enter rooms, you're trying to, you know, see people, you're trying to get a pre-fire, you're maybe trying to get a bit of a peeker's advantage. You're not focusing on traps. Same goes with Cap again. This is why in higher ranks, these two operators are just off the top of the head. They're absolutely strong. I mean, you don't expect it. You truly don't. And once you do, I mean, it's already too late. It's either you're dead or you're downed. At least that.
A bit of a horizontal push coming out from Maestria Esports once more this attack. Taking cash, taking initiation, taking all of what's needed to really take that vertical control. But I mean, I don't think, I mean, if I'm going to have to make a bet, I'm going to bet on MS to win this round. Pressure's going to come up from the sledgehammer, giving a bit of sound to Venom's, as we did see the man himself who catch that 1v3 last round. I mean, very strong by him. He's got confidence moving into this round. But I mean, Bob, if this round is all on Maestria Esports, they're going to have to crush the defensive hold. Across the strat, which MS looking towards, but no. But yes, actually, SDP takes out Venom's, and they need to be crushing these members one by one. One just going, that will be Venom's. That would be the 1v3 member, which just do a lot on their team. Now the vertical is really taking effect. Sledgehammers going to be facing both barrels and both storage, actually both lab. But with 1 minute 5 left, this is where, I said this last one again, I keep on repeating myself, I get the point. This is where Maestria Esports try and plan their execute. Still have that Valkyrie above as well. Anything they know about it, Billy will be there. When and ready flanking, yep, we'll take up Billy. C4 down. Will he blow it? Yes, he do, but nothing connects to it. When diffuser down, he's gonna have to send someone out. Yellow ping's coming out as well. I mean, the
Attackers have
Valkyrie
recovered their
potential, the
diffuser.
Valkyrie intel, which has already been given. You know, it's too much for Maestria Esports to handle. Then he has dropped back to site. He's dropped back on the floor level, still
Bomb
ready to flank
located
when
by
it's needed. But I mean, MS soldiers, they're safe in sight. There's nothing really stopping them. No pressure really being applied on the side. Maestria Esports are gonna have to go for a jump in on the site window and maybe even a push from the bathroom.
15
Something's
seconds
gonna
left.
happen later or next. 15 seconds then. Ethos finds discount with the headshot. 3v3 now as Adrian takes out Steely. Make that a 2v3 as ADN adds on that, but the team kill makes it a 1v2. The Adrian's clutch. Will Adrian do the same thing Venom's did? No, he'll be close. And yes, he clutches it out. Machine soldiers have done it again from Venom's to ADN with the shotgun. I mean, man, come on. The team killed another 1v3 in a row from the smoke. You had it in the bag. You had it all on yourself. You had it in the bag, Maestria Esports. But I mean, you can't deny Adrian with that shotgun. I mean, SCP. You've team killed someone on your team and you flopped it down the bag. I should probably turn my lights on, but I mean, Bob, twice in a row. I'm actually done. I'm done. Twice in a row. Can't be happening.
I need to call the ambulance for these people. What's the? Oh, what? Let's try not to. Currently, what just happened? It was a 1v2 situation. The SMG-11 comes out at its best, and then the whiff from both of the players, but the comeback, the blowback from the shotgun was just insane. The Nomad just felt how she pounded that wall as she got taken out. And Machine Soldiers won 2-1 against Maestria Esports, and the
God.
pretty 2-0 for Maestria. So, they turned around a bit. But
I'm
holy!
shocked. Maestria Esports could have won that. They had two 1v3s in a row and they managed to lose it. Oh, it's the SMG-11 combo. It's the SMG. I'm telling you, it's the SMG-11 combo. There's nothing you can do. It's too good. But I mean, props to MS by Maestria Esports. You had that chance and it just slipped your hand, slipped your finger too close. You see Bob, religious man. He's not praying anymore.
I
I think you
can't.
should go pray to the rock, the
Not even
Dwayne
God.
Johnson behind you.
Firstly, do not call this thing a rock. His name is Matt. Second, not even God can help him. Only maybe a hospital treatment, but that's not gonna last forever. Is that shotgun blast? Certainly, most certainly hit different, to say the least. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna be thinking about it all night. It's gonna be like a nightmare, like a lucid dream, but I'm gonna have no control over it. And it was quite a fine match. And of course, I think we're gonna have to be going out with some finishing words. First. The Discord, the bot is putting it in the chat. Make sure to join. Maybe apply for a caster. Maybe apply for something that you would like doing if you feel like it. But yeah, with that in hand, let's actually see. Of course, we want to say a good old thank you to, of course, the background, Trippin, working with observing and producing. Thank you so much for coming with us. Everyone in the background also working, you have the managers, whatever. Thank you also, Squishy, for joining me as the co-caster.
Thank you.
And besides that, Squishy, do you have anything to say yourself?
I mean, obviously, sorry to you as well, because I failed at the beginning. You had to do the
You
whole
didn't
thing
fail,
by
you just
yourself.
your
Right.
Discord kind of just
Uh,
decided to quit on you. It's all right.
getting hacked, man. I got this new Discord account, so yeah,
That is epic.
pretty epic. But I mean, obviously, we're not getting an interview. But just checking, and I don't think we will be doing because we need to head off. But I mean, it's been great for me. Good to cast this game, but I mean, it went to theme park. I really want to see theme park at one point in Talent League, and I
Yes.
did get to see it. I did get to cast it. It was a great game. I mean, it came down to the very last minute, literally the exact last minute on two defensive side, lab storage and bunk daycare. And I mean, SMG-11 combo is proving its dominance once more in Talent League. And I mean, Timed series. I believe the winner is going to be playing against Praetorian, so it will be Machine Soldiers playing against Praetorian on the 27th of July at the same time. So hope to check out that one. And it's been me, Squishy. Papa Bob, you can send it off.
We will be seeing you again as soon as possible. Bye bye.
Yeah.